さてと。さてと、見ていくか。マップはヌーク。ちょっと最近好きになってるマップですね。
Looking for another one. Well positioned for this. Kicks in support as well. Doesn't hit the headshot. Monacy does. Looking for another. They're lining up for him. Gets his two. Kicks and gets away onto Mezzi. Ramp control conceded.
It's a deadly duo, Robs and Zaiwu. These are the two you want in the clutch. On ramp towards B. Nobody's rotated to the lower deck just yet. Nico will investigate with Kixon leading the way. They're in silently and they still have this smoke to work with. But they're hot on their tail.
Really concerned about that squeaky door, which does mean this is going to be a chance for Nico. Robs' attention has been drawn elsewhere. Tucked on dark. Free frag. Taps his head. Zaiwu up against it. Can he come up clutch? Kixon's low as well. A clean click. This 1v3 swiftly becomes a battle of wits between the two of them. Matt just very late. 10-second defuse ahead of him. Surely he's got this. Oh no! Zaiwu's doing it! Magic stabilizes! All that hard work on ramp could have been all for naught, but converted by Magic. A safe pair of hands for the Falcons.
Once teammates, now enemies. The pistol round converted. Massive work as Sonic and Magic's former members of Vitality, the ones who brought the major glory alongside of Zaiwu Apex. Looking to rewrite history today. Nobody before, whether it was teams taking on the likes of Astralis, Liquid, FaZe, or Na'Vi, have ever enacted the giant killer bonus. And those two aforementioned, Sonic and Magis, they were the first to ever win the ESL Grand Slam. They become the first to ever trigger that 100k bounty. Will be the force off the back of the plant. Khalil's pistol upgrades util. The first smoke of potentially more lands on Yard. Yanko touched on it. The synergy will be there between Nico and Monacy. They've been doing this for years. New Jersey, same duo.
Will he elect to spam? Oh, doesn't need to if Matt just chips in like that. Takes the head off of the Nico.
Nico!
Ooh, that smoke's so deep. He sees it as an invitation. This force bite, flat on its face, just flames and Robs, both limping and dead. Magic, he's looking okay, Falcons.
Look at all those barbs just coming out of left, right, and center. One through May. Magic is there. He's the ramp defender. And Yanko brought it up on the desk. Falcons undefeated on this very map so far in Melbourne. Nobody has even gotten double digits against them. Sure, it was Saw, Gamer Legion, and Mouse, but you had to take down Mouse to get here. Put you in this grand final to give you the opportunity to lift this trophy. And Vitality get blanked.
Yeah, this run is definitely put Falcons in the mouth of many when it comes to conversations about who can take down They're demonstrating! Look at him go, Magic! He says no! I'll just take the Julies, lads! 2 frags! Apex legs breaking, getting hunted. Oh, they are just brute forcing this! Ferocity on display from the
デュアルベレッター使い方がいまいちわからないんだよな。強いんだけど。
That one was quick. They're trying to catch a bit of a timing. No tell with the door being blown off. They just run out, and I can't believe Magis with dual Berettas just sidelines him.
He's playing like a big game player right now. You know, 5th map, best of 5. This is where he's doing his best work. Elects to just run at them with pistols.
Now this man might be able to catch Dupree with the major wins if Falcons keep up this type of form with the lead in. Talking around a month until the major kicks off. The perfect time to pick up Monacy, and there you have it. Cherry on top, 3-0 starts, spotless. Magis picks up the M4, and he could even drop an AWP. Monacy's got his own money, but why not let him spend and splurge to set you up? Because this game is going to be won or lost with the yard control. Sure, no head armor, but still stylish with the pistolas.
Didn't even get going. Guns will come out though.
We've got what we paid for here tonight, but Vitality being made to work for their money. Been one map away before, you're one map away still. Those 13 rounds, going to be hard to come by. Once he posts up, clear of the smoke, nobody found.
Ooh, Apex. Something.
Yeah, Kixon gets the trade through the smoke, so Apex kills Nico jumping up, Kixon spans through. We go 1 for 1. Story of this series.
Ramp,
Tessas. He has had some magic moments.
変わってるっちゃ変わってるマップだからな。
Good angle for it. Dinks and drops. See the helplessness on Sonic's face watching these rounds transpire.
Sees the contact, looks for the reaction. All he can hear is the comms, not even the in-game sound as Kixon burrows deep. The wave back is treacherous now for Vitality.
And Tess is ahead of the play. Feels like Falcons are already, like their rotations look tight. Monacy holding for any heaven wrap hijinks. They start to descend lower.
It's 2 down on B right now. There is support. Magis and Tessas, the Danish duo, is it Dynamite?
He's going to trifle with Zywoo. Spotted out. Magis smoked off, and the Molly's going to see his face. Gets forced into the fight, tries to stand and bang. Can't get anything done. Flames removes the defensive element. He's surging to the side. Kixon throws out a flash to draw attention. Does catch a bit of... Oh, he's actually got it blind. Beautiful little sequence there.
Time.
Time indeed. Got a plan. Zywoo too busy.
間に合わない。これ間に合わないんじゃない？
He's flumbled it.
間に合わないね。
What?
3秒は間に合わないはず。
Bomb goes in. Second too late. That's not like Zywoo at all.
Just lost track of the clock. The harassment there from Kixon. And look at this. Now the frustration's starting to grow.
4秒でギリ間に合うはず
The
だから。
best of 5 against Mouse in Lisbon. It went the distance, but Vitality were able to get across the line. There is a whole lot more at stake. Just not planting. The comms aren't there. Too much to worry about, too much to cover. And Vitality, the added pressure of being on the precipice of the ESL Grand Slam, it could be costing them. Into a ramp rush.
Oh, Mazzy hits a cracker. And Monacy misses a chance.
Rotations there, and quick. 2 players drop down.
Nico as well. They're not falling for this. They are going to be there in time to receive them. Mezzi, he's already gotten them in. Can he get
このさ、このプロのさ、このピークがうまい。
How's he done that?
マジでここ
Miraculous second frag from Mezzi.
一気に出るっていうのもありなんだけど、小刻みにこう出てストッピングしやすいタイミングで出るっていうのがマジで強い。
Mezzi gets chipped even further down with that HE. Maybe if it had connected and finished him off, they might have had a further look in.
セーブだと思うけど。
He's still investigating. How far does he go?
Just wants to see what he can find. If anything comes his way, say a double kill in control room. Apex holds strong. Vitality will find their first T round, eluding them for some time, but on the 5th, they convert.
Yeah, Mezzi was putting in a shift over there on Mirage.
メジが多分
Top of the scoreboard for his team, 21 kills, 17 deaths. He was +4, 1.24 rating.
そこ飛ぶんじゃねえか
He
な。
couldn't really get it going.
ここ飛ぶんじゃねえ。あ、やっぱ飛ぶよね。
By the wayside, but
そこね、
entries in towards the B
最
side will
低
secure there first.
最低ってか
So frustration
全く
from
食ら
not
んない
getting
わ
the
け
bomb
ね。多
down
分
in
CT ベース
time,
か
wiped
T ベース
away
でいかないと
quite
多分こ
quickly.
のマップはダメージ食らうんだよね。
Dramas for the Falcons bind. They can contest. We can keep a competitive affair as we look to go back and forth between these 2 titans clashing.
強。
That is huge. Just the catch right there. Tessus doesn't want a bar of that. And yeah,
He's doing a Nico impression.
instantaneous from Mezzi. That is quite the shot.
これ強いね。ここしゃがんで待ってんの。意外と強え。これ勉強になるこれ。
Aggressive yard control.
He fancies his chances.
このモネシンのピーク俺もやるんだよ。この赤コン、ここのスモーク。赤いコンテナの左側にスモーク焚いて。
You know that the rotation point
詰めて
was
くっ
far
ていうや
away,
り
but they
方
were
俺
blocked
もや
that
るわ。
ramp with this smoke, so unable to brute force through and try and isolate Tessus again. It's given time for Monacy to rotate back over. We might see the 2 of them pair up and go for aggression, or one of them drop down and try and poke their head up secret at a certain point in this round. Smoke redeploy, Squeaky blocked again, so just ping-ponging
何こ
between
の
the
ビューモデル
options,
最近流行
Vitality
っ
and
てるよ
keeping
な
them open.
It's the last, really, of that CT utility. Just Magic's got this block smoke available.
Mezzy on the roof with Yuto at the ready for a top pop. Smoke for Zaiwu. He could smoke off towards main and they can execute in towards A as a pack.
カット上や
Here they come. Flames the pointy end of the spear. Looking to entry. Can't. Nico stands and delivers. Mezzy through the wall gets one back. Caught by Kixon in the heart. There's Magisk. No ammo onto the USP. Doesn't have time to reload. And he's still gets ahead. They put Vitality straight back down in the dirt. This CT side is locking them out. How often have we seen Vitality's T side on Nuke waver?
Interesting that they just execute like that in towards the side right there without really getting too much presence rest across the map. So just push into what is quite a hefty hold on A. Nico kicks it and Magis more than ready for this. So beautiful shooting between the three of them. Vitality buy back in. But right now a 4-round lead. Falcons are making light work of this easy. They have Vitality rattled. Nico this time starting down secret.
Flow stay achieved.
These standard progressions. Are we going to get the yard controller? We're going to try and get in towards garage. Apex, he's searching outside on his lonesome. So if he gets cleared at an off timing, obviously will bear down with that AWP. Again, they're totaled up. Ready for these A-pops, ready to rotate between the sites. They're not fighting yard.
Gives Apex the freedom to do this. Magisk has to fall back because of the Flames. Oh, and Flames, the first one, not looking. Oh, Magisk! Like a turret on the defense. Monacy as well onto Apex. There's so many bodies here. Good find from Zaiwu back, but Monacy makes that short.
Ooh. 強 さすがモネシ
How quickly have Falcons accumulated this 6-round haul.
座右に勝るとも劣らない
Fifth map, top of the scoreboard.
Yeah, he's had some troubles throughout this series. There's been criticism around his name, but right now he is showing up in buckets and spades. This man is delivering huge impact right now.
Such a high pressure round, and he doesn't look phased at all. He gets his too. And then Monacy, he finishes off the job. That last one was naughty. Quick on the repeat, knows he's bolted it.
It's weird to say that the CT side is working with momentum right now, but they seem to be reading the play very astutely. Vitality will hedge back in with a partial investment. The loss bonus obviously playing into their favor into the next. But this is where one of their superstars, a Zaiwu, a Rops, needs to step up and be countered. Flamesy, he just seems to be the lamb to the slaughter right now, entering into these A executes, just getting pipped at the post.
Nico already spots out Apex on the cross. Oh, Tessus, he actually chooses to play. Stick around, changes his mind, drops out, doesn't want to concede a rifle, never mind an opening death. Honestly, oh, quick adjustment, catches Apex on his walkabout.
Oh, that's going to change plans. If you want to try and constrict Heaven and Hell off the menu, Monacy's presence will remove that possibility. You have to get it done with bullets. You do not have any utility Vitality. You have a pack of 4, you have the bomb, and the Stars need to start hitting shots right here, right now.
Who can they call upon? Tessus in the right place at the right time with Nico close by. Nico draws attention, hoping to be overlooked as Tessus. Quick shot to Mezzy, traded by Zaiwu. Trying to fight for control now.
Fake plan.
Yeah, now that door's blown open, it's going to make it even more vulnerable for a swing. Covered by Zaiwu though.
3 coming single door.
Okay, that's not normal.
This could be a slaughterhouse.
Looking good for Vitality despite this man disadvantage. Turns the flash, pushing through. Good from Kixon. From Flames, it's all theirs. Another Falcons round.
Mezzy
Two nerves in the aim, Tech 9. Not the easiest to control right there.
そういうのがあるからニコマルがいいってこともあるんだよね。俺最近さニコマルいいんだよ。ニコマルの方がいいんじゃないかと思ってたの。テック9も強いよ。バカ強いけどさ。バカ強いけどニコマルの安定感がやばい。
If you missed the start of this series, Inferno made it look like it was going to be a quick day at the office. Gold bars to be put in the backpack on the plane and that flight back to Europe. 13-2 for Vitality. We then move to Dust 2, an overtime affair. 16-12 for Falcons. Vitality got the job done. 13-9 on Train, and then Mirage 13 to 10. There's those frustrations that I'll remind you we started to see as early as Dust 2.
Okay, we are scared to lose, so let's fight, guys. Don't give up. Okay, we can do it. Yeah, we finish 7 points. Then after that, we can do it. Okay, guys? That's good. Don't fucking give up.
Playing not to lose, Xtats, coach of Vitality. He's identified the flaw. When there's so much available for the win, you play not to lose. Falcons the other side of that coin. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. You've got a great excuse. You've added a player. You've had no time to prac, and you're in a grand finals versus the world #1. And it's working. Oh, Tassis, okay, confirmation of presence on the yard. Doesn't want to overextend because I was watching, waiting, and profits.
Well, that's not the AWP. Might help inform that this is a different looking setup. Once he's over towards ramp right now. Nico from Red Pole looking for a fight. That's the bomb. Taps away. Can't get it done.
Oh, he's in trouble now. The swing's coming. Flamesy wants it. He's hungry for it. Take down Nico. You've got the round. The flashes connect. Flamesy will swing. Nico holds on. Desperate for that frag. And now Monacy chips in as well. Getting right down to the hectic push. Kickson comes in for one. Doesn't finish off the job. And it's up to
They know where Nico is.
Doing everything. They know where Nico is, and he's got the bomb.
They left it at his feet.
Thank you very much. Well, Robs, wait, he knows it's Robs alive. He pressed tab, he knows. He knows what's up, but Robs will get him. Zywoo just did Zywoo things to pull that round across the line.
Flamesy can't hit a shot to save his life right now. He's having a real tough time.
He's in his head,
He's
man.
a young gun. As that's going to force the timeout right now from Falcons. They need to be able to piece this one together, Vitality, because the game's gotten away from them. It's a fine round gap. This is Zywoo with the opener. He delivers them this. It was against a rifle. It wasn't against the AWP. Easier of the duels. Monacy and Nico are able to form a bit of a sandwich right there in all the chaos, and that's Flamesy not finishing his meal. You talk about everything to gain here for Falcons. They can stop this win streak. 20 consecutive series will stop here. You will not get the opportunity at Rivals to try and do better than Team Liquid. Everything that you have fought for, this fantastic start to the year, and then that begin a downward spiral over the next 30 plus days into the major. More Vitality.
Guys, you're the fucking best thing in the world. I believe in you. You're all fucking insane. Let's fucking go, boys.
They've got to prove it now.
Tell me Counter-Strike's not a mental game. You can be in the lab, you can prac, you can get the deathmatch, you can do the dry runs.
But who stays stable when it matters most? Kicks it. Solid damage through the smoke. It's unconfirmed, but Flamesy's essentially a dead man walking. A ghost of his former self. This shot's... Oh my God! Nico unloads his mag onto 3.
There's the showstopper.
That's the round stopper. This one's done. 8 on the board for Falcons imminent. It's just that lingering 4 HP from the kicks and spam. Flames has got nothing. And Falcons putting up a defense that Vitality can't seem to touch. Zonic, big smile on his face. Up against his former team.
It's been a tumultuous tenure for Zonic in Falcons under an awful lot of scrutiny, and now he has 2 of the strongest weapons in Counter-Strike in his team. That's what he'd always hoped for, that's what he'd always dreamed of. And that's now what he's working with. Monacy on 11 kills. Nico up to 9. Magisk has had some great moments anchoring down towards that top side, and Kickson, 9 for him, has been able to chip in. Vitality can only get 4 rounds on this T side, and it's a ramp rush again.
Okay, it worked once. Ooh, not this time. Even nearly finished off Zywoo as well. Monacy might stick around in the flames, but chooses better. Backs away. How do they rotate through? It's Nico on that clock position. Oh dear, on distraction. He gets away with murder. Zywoo's still low. Flames as well. Partnered up. 2v5.
Blocking each other.
いや、いいもの。
Vitality left wanting once more. Never before. Never before.
Nico.
Has a team slain the giant, taken the bonus, denied a grand slam. And a panic button hit. Emergency meeting.
3 feels mandatory going into the halftime break, and that is all they can get. 9-2 the score reads, a timeout taken, and this can't just be words of support. This can't just be words to rally the troops. This has to be something to make the difference. These late top pops denied. The ramp rush, Mezzi gave you something miraculous. Yard control, not yours. Momacy and Nico shutting that down time and time again.
Tessus, he was caught switching and still gets his kill. Nico as well draws attention. The comms control. Everyone's looking the wrong way.
We're seeing one team liberated by the moment and the other burdened by exactly that. More money than they know what to do with. The opposite for Vitality. No AKs, Galil's only, Mac 10.
Last round.
Don't even have util for every single player. It's light on.
3 mandatory. Apex has called the straight call. Page of the strat book.
A fake into yard control. They want to get this bomb down secret. Smokes have faded. Fortunately, the AWP isn't there to cover this off.
Yeah, pulls attention away. He just about works it out.
Spots it.
Gets the info. The penny drops.
Rotation's there.
Down the vent. It's a head-to-head. Nico wins out versus the Woo. Flames with an aid in his hand. Flames gets one from the grave.
Well, where that came from.
3v3. Mezzi dips in. Apex profits. The distraction catches Monacy in rotation up the vents. Oh, Magisk had his opportunity versus Mezzi. Turns around, taken down.
Bomb's in the vent. Bomb's in the vent.
Bomb's in the vent. Bomb is in the vent.
Can't come down!
Oh. Can they get down? How does Tessus play this? Apex drops in, gets away with it, scoops it up, gets it out.
Has to go secret, can't chase them up through the smoke. Bomb's gonna get planted. Robs and Apex, they can set this one up. They know where Tessus was, they know what his options are.
Tessus. Nigh impossible to get back in, but the
smoke.
Arbo, sure, smoke kit. He's gonna have to gamble on some angles not being occupied. He can't afford to clear it all. Smoke on the bomb to cause a chaos. Doesn't want to worry about Squeaky, flash and go. Waiting for an overextension. Apex playing around that smoke, reveals his position. Tessus will adjust. No. Denies and secures 3. It's not much, but it's something to work with. Falcons 4 away from slaying Vitality, denying a Grand Slam. this reality? Is this real life? Counter-Strike history imminent, Melbourne.
まあ CT マップなんでね。
Vitality came here with a point to prove. Not a single map lost up until the grand finals. And Falcons changed that in a big way.
I know them. They did not prep this map that well.
Hey, Rush.
Straight in. Gotta watch out. Magiska's coming for you and he's determined, but so is ZywOo. Put down Mezzy too. He's so consistent. In the absence of others, it's Mezzy that stepped up for Vitality. A must-win pistol. Converted.
Time to rise to the occasion. Show your greatness. If you want to go down in the hall of the legends of Counter-Strike, a comeback like this is one that'll be remembered. You've been pushed, you've been tested, and you talk about Mezzy, this rock for the team has stepped up and given them something to work with yet again. Pressured on that A site. It came fast, it came furious. And they have to swat this one away with ease. Falcons, the conservative of the approach. No bomb going down. Equals a Nico Deagle. Straight towards ramp to try and find a zinger. Honestly trying to put on a show. Sent towards main. Will he get anything for the Zeus investment? Or the flash. Lightning fast, but not with the weapon. Got a crossing. Apex, gonna mop that up. I don't think he had head armor.
Yeah, it didn't sound like it.
Yeah, that is one way to give over an M4. Now it's Flamesy's turn to drop down.
Oh, he's going to be ripping his hair out if this gets any worse.
Yeah, there's more opportunity as well for damage now that Nico Deagle is still in the server and they have a lot of space towards yard. You need to get that bomb across somehow or reroute. ZywOo misses another. There's a chance to get close.
Yeah, your departure is held by that scout. Oh, missed shot, missed opportunity, forced to dip away. They're closing the gap on the scout now, running him down. Just down to 16.
That's
Wait,
another Glock kill.
Down. That's another Glock kill. This is supposed to be a gimme now, the pressure. Your heart beating 30 seconds. So they'll try and find access to the site. Flamesy calls secret clear. Long range burst of the MP9. No, that's info though. They're wrapping around.
No one's down to B. He should be able to get the bomb down in response now.
It's a great call.
Flamesy heading back down secret.
Kixon's got the right idea, man. 15 seconds, but they will get that bomb down. They will extend the clock. Magix passes that M4 to Nico, says, I need you to hit a shot. Bursts, connecting. Robs, active, Flames, leaping. Flurry of frags. The CTs prevail. Hard work. But they get it done. It's Flames and Robs to secure it for Vitality.
Should never be that close. Falcons are now about to go into the bite. They know that they could have stolen that one away, but they really never should have had an opportunity to do so. That was just a Deagle invested in a Zeus. Here's the Glock kill, and Apex, yeah, it doesn't look like any head armor whatsoever. So a couple of goofs in this one. Go back to Mirage, getting idly by, holding a Molotov, looking like an absolute tit. And this time, no head armor, getting swarmed by Glocks. That has to be a miscom between him and ZywOo. How can they be so close without Apex ready for that?
Right.
So right now, you can tell that Vitality are not at the top of their game. But they need to will themselves forward if they want to get this done today. A sign of class is not just winning on your A games, getting it done on the B or the C. Right now, Falcons are forcing you to become your best.
Takes a lot of pressure to make diamonds. Ooh, Magisk, that's a big opener.
He's just taking in for free, just trying to get on down the vent, just removed, just spammed. Not even an opportunity to chip in for this round. That's the yard defender. Nico's going to take this space.
Yeah, trying to at least.
Oh!
What is that?
What's he shooting at?
I don't even know. I think he just tried to track the bullet, track the tracer. Flames gets collateral. Nice response from ZywOo, but they've lost the A site.
And you'd risk it all by going for this.
Do you really dare?
Hey, you're just going to have to give over 10 rounds. There's no way that you can go for this, but how hungry are you for these frags? If you rip this away, Kixon knows exactly what that means.
What was that kill from Nico? I think Mezzy pulled the trigger and he just reaction shotted into Flamesy.
It's critical right now that they hold on to this. They cannot give these guns away. Falcons are not moving at the moment. They're just making sure they haven't gone fishing. They're not going to try and come for this type of round. These two big players for ZywOo and Robs in the Vitality jersey, they could win a round like this. So Falcons aren't going to take any chances. They will secure the 10th. And they won't even hunt. So retaining these guns, how problematic can that become? Apex can't be given away opening deaths like that, and sure, he just gets spammed through the smoke, but still unable to contribute to the round. His name means a lot in the kill feed. That's your yard defender, that helps advise the decisions that are going to be made and called upon. Tactical timeout number 3 burnt. The pressure, it is palpable. You can feel it in the air. Desperation. How can we find the vitality that one Katowice, one EPL got through in Lisbon? Right now, they are absent. Or is this Falcons really that good? 1.5 days worth of practice. Monacy, Counter-Strike's finest. These teams know what having a superstar like him in the server means. ZywOo versus Monacy. Generational clash. Nico, Robs, the names.
It's stacked.
It's like a movie poster.
Just instantaneously. So competitive. And they're supposed to be lacking polish. Already shining bright though.
Kickson talking through the round. They know that there's an AWP. How are you going to negate its presence? No call, especially if the CTs are lighter on U2, will not have as many HEs to break. Well, ZywOo and Apex currently equipped with 1 apiece. There's the first very early, doesn't even get the full clear, which forces ZywOo to throw one out. So on the immediate plume of the smokes, 2 HEs expended, no information garnered, and that works perfectly for Falcons.
Yeah, info for Falcons, 2 towards the yard side. Nico loud on the cross, the rest not so much.
Brute force their way down, and lobby control is next on the plate. ZywOo and Robs pushing ramp. Mg and Hart, nobody down to B.
Yeah, Rob's going to clear through lobby. Magis is going to have a test here. Oh, the pre-aim was there. He just second-guessed it for a moment. Robs will profit.
Here's the acceleration. They have to go.
They're coming. But they're coming into ZywOo. Poised and ready to collect. He has backup on the way as well. He hears that molly. He knows what that means.
しかしそこにはZywOoがいる。
Just taps the head of Robs. The backup just immediately flatlined. ZywOo reveals him. Jump scare.
Oh!
Kicks it. Just about gets the bomb down.
It's planted.
On the top of his head, Nico Goomba stomps ZywOo.
B のリテイクってね、
Audacity to go for event rotation.
むずそうだけどな。
Into it, waits for Apex as well. Goes looking. Trade available. Monacy gets away. Where is Apex? They're not interested. They're not going.
まあきついよな、セーブになると思う。
Falcons are 2 away from doing what's never been done before. And even Apex can't save his gun. They're coming for you, Flames. You better run. They want to take it all away. Your hopes, your dreams of taking the ESL Grand Slam.
セーブさせませんよって
Fatality
いう
out there right now. The comms have to be at an all-time low. How does Robs get caught from single door? He thinks ZywOo is watching it with the AWP. He thinks he's picking up the double door side. He just gets blindsided. We'll catch it
これ
here.
13本取れば
Robs
勝
is
ちで
so
すね
worried about double door. He thinks that ZywOo's AWP should be trained on single, and then a moment too late. Cannot deny the plant. Nico's there. You're pinned dark.
だからファルコンズはあと2本取れば勝ち。 Falcons 圧倒的有利だ。
They have shoved all in. The investment, the MP9s, the 5.7, the scout,
Oh.
there's a tag.
Oh.
But you need a miracle because Taz says he's just ripped away the opener. This one's done.
Apex watching through his fingers.
It will not be. You will not plunder down under. The gold bars will not be in the suitcase on the way home.
Nice shots. Mezzi dips away, removes Monacy from the pack. ZywOo spots out yard late. Bit of juggling here to ensure that IK doesn't fall into enemy hands, at least not easily.
Look how overcommitted they are to be right now.
Oh, you're right.
So many options available still. 40 seconds on the clock. Pushing through the smoke. Testes ready for that.
He heard all those sound cues and understandably tried to take some of that space. Now Flames regretting his decisions. How Zaiwu just cleared lobby with a scout. So much going on. Kickson makes a meal of that.
Bob's going B.
Understandable. He knows where 2 of the 3 are. It's just Flames, the unknown entity. Kicks in onto Rob Shaw. Flames in, the perfect position. No one's looking! No one's looking! Tezos just turns around just in time! Has he got it
間に合う
in?
間に合う間に
The
合う
bomb will go down. A clutch that would have to save Vitality. Nico's low. Tessus alive. Elevated position through the smoke. It will be about tracking and reactions. Good shot. Oh! The aim! The break! The game saves them!
バゲモンややっぱり座右
That's
だ
the
ね
star moments
あそ
that
こ取れるっ
Vitality
て
are going to need oh so much more of. That just brings them up to 6 meager rounds.
いやいやいやいや
Tessus catching Flames, making him look silly. Zaiwu knowing he has to do it all, and on the tippy top
強
of the site, he sits him down 4 points of health.
That's a little summit.
1-on-3 クラッ
You
チ
said it had to be the stars, Chad. Well, there's one. That's one.
これがね
Who's next?
なんだろうまだ
If that's not an
あ
inspiring
ると
moment,
違って可能性を感じるようなこのゲームリテイク
what you need to push. Still a smile on the face of Robs.
They were force buying out the rest of the game. That was the plan. That was the deal.
That's still going to be tough from here. You only had one man survive.
あの
You
エ
have
イム
two
よ
MP9s that are famous to meet the saved AK and a drop them 4.
Okay.
あ
Why
のエ
still
イム
not
力
great. Same can't be said for Falcons. Essentially full. Sure, there's Galils, but that's to make sure that they have the utility.
Round 18, map 5. Monty tries an aggressive pick. Warded off by the flame.
Oh, Apex not being spammed and smoke in this round. That means he actually gets to play. Sees the smoke, blocks it, forces a gap now. Gives him something to work with. Utility dotted across yard. Nico, the point man.
He knows those smokes look funny.
Redeploy of smoke over towards Squeaky, so buys them another 20 seconds worth. Zaiwu with the last smoke. Incendiary from Ezzy. Couple of flashes in the HE, and there is a defuse kit in worst case scenario, but you need a clean one right here, right now, Vitality. You need at least 3 players staying alive. You need to start working on your funds. You need to rip everything away if you want to be able to inject life into this game.
This is where he caught a whiff.
All about Squeaky, looking for a duel. Contact play.
One overextension, one misplay. Messi forced away. His position noted. Magic still focused on Maze. Back is turned. There's Tessus. Into the site is Zaiwu. Apex flattened. Tessus a double. Zaiwu going to be tested in the Molotov. Goes down to Kickson. Oh, he can't get both. Flames is MP9. Chips in. Kickson versus Robs. No idea where Robs is coming from. Knows he's the ramp player.
これ B 君じゃないこれ B 君ね 時間がない
Run him down. He can surely deny the plant here. 5, 4. He hears him coming. Hoping Robs overextends. Oh! Comes up clutch! And he just stands up! That moment right there from
これ駆け引きよこれ
That'll put hair on your chest. That will deny.
あれあそこ倒せなかったら時間で負けてたからね
Robs, he's supposed to be the thinking man, but Kickson has the balls.
残り何秒でフランクやった残り8 5秒でしょ残り
He's
3秒
playing with the buffer right now, Kickson. He knows that they have the lead. He knows that the pressure is on Vitality. And that's a massive clutch. That's a captain's clutch. And Nico's on his feet.
これすげえよ
Bliss on the faces of Falcons. They can almost taste it now.
1 round away from rewriting history. No team before has ever been able to deny the ESL Grand Slam.
It's theirs for the taking.
武器は貧弱っすね CT 側
Just the 5-7
Yeah,
for
too.
Rox, and he gets good damage onto Monacy as well. A headshot onto Magis. Will this be the last round? Will Magis get another round in the server? Nico down. Big find from Zaiwu. A man advantage, and look at their health on Monacy.
Kixon and Tessa still alive. Both have had massive impact throughout this series. Don't forget Dust too. Two of them made a statement as they do. Trundle silently down ramp. Just one player here. That is going to be Apex back of the side with a scout. This is tough.
Oh, he hits the body shot. They know where he is. Can they nade him out? They'll try their
Oh.
hardest, but so will Apex. Hits it,
Oh.
hits it! Apex 2, Tessa's alone. 30 seconds and already the rotation's here. He knows it. That 5-7's gonna chomp on him. Oh my god, he gets away with it. The door's being played with. Flames is there.
Oh.
No way! He knows the rotation. Anticipates Mezzi's coming from the ramp side. Pivots up to the top side. It's a race against the clock. Up the ladder loud. Planning for
けど
heaven.
もう
He's planning for heaven.
もういるんだよ
He's
ね。
quiet. Gets the bomb in. Tessa's not looking. Wrong way. 5-7 connects and Mezzi stone-faced as he does survive and extend play.
Missed it on the cams in game there, but Messi even took the moment to spray the body before the defuse coming through.
Bro.
Keeping it cool. Bails them out for another round.
That was nearly the most tragic end to Vitality attempting a comeback.
Imagine the kicks and clutch into that.
Apex does everything he could. Just a scout back of the site. He gets two. Zaiwu looking the wrong way. Flames promised him he had the doors covered. And it's Mezzi just slinking up heaven. Tessa's going to be replaying that moment. Could I have planned it differently? No time for those thoughts. We go into round 20. It's live.
Nothing consecutive since the pistol with the conversion for Vitality. And they're going to need to go straight if they want to make this 12-12 into OT. This is the team of the season so far. These are the big boys. These are the guys with the target on the back. They're the ones who are currently the favorites for the major.
And on a win streak of epic proportions.
All of that will come into the conversation if Falcons can pick up just one more round. How long can you hold them at arm's length, Vitality?
This is a different flavor.
Top split in through main.
Zaiwu, perfect position for this. Tessa's back his turn. Misses up the first couple. Trade from Nico's not imminent. Sweeps past. Hang on. Magic into the top side. Just the one. Mezzi's getting overrun. Never mind. He handles it. Monacy a 1G. Nico alone.
1v2.
モエスインが
19 points of health. A single bullet from either of those weapons
自
would
滅
do
して
it.
る
Would be enough for
なんだ
another Vitality
自分
round.
の落下か
Are they considering this sort of relocation?
He's got no idea where these two are. Very diligent on all the clears. Clock ticking away now. 30 seconds. No HP, no bomb.
How safe is he playing this? He's just playing for the heaven info.
Yeah, but he'll be open to a fight. Better be quick on his drop.
Just dropped away. Just dropped away. If he was to walk out now, Robs.
あ C4 そこにあるのか
Oh, gets his info. Drops in. Retrieves that bomb. Takes it out. Isolating Apex. Spots out.
いいグレ
Coming from, that's the nade. Okay, Vitality, you've survived.
Well, they bottomed out the bank balance right now. Falcons will not be able to buy. They are going to have to take the eco. Maybe we see a Deagle at the absolute high end of things. And when you're on the cusp of picking up the victory in an upset fashion, all that pressure that we were talking about that rests heavier on the shoulders of Vitality, that's gone because you're the ones who are there about to get the job done. That's just amplified. That's just turned up. Doesn't matter about anything else. You're a competitor first. You want to win. They do have one Deagle. It's for Nico, who sustained significant damage to that well-placed HE grenade. He's gone for the Zeus again. I've had some crazy moments. This one would have to be absolutely out of the box.
Oh, yeah, he's clip farming right now.
Get a moment to take our breath here in the Rod Laver Arena. Had some absolute stinkers of games throughout the playoffs. And finally, the best of 5 grand final delivering, going the distance, giving us the action that we were looking for.
Lovely team play, sets him up for the fight. Nico removed. Apex finished off what the Zaiwu nade started.
Whoa.
Okay, put on his arse. Apex sat down.
Hello?
Good nade damage and yeah, finishes off the job. Flames loves him some chaos. bouncing around in main, gets 2. Majesty, just a consolation prize, it seems.
Kicks in extremely low on HP, so how long will he make us wait? That's the next question. The one that I've got going into the next round. There can be drops available for Apex, but will Flames want to upgrade into something a little bit heftier, right? You know that there's going to be AKs coming out. Kicks in playing with the crowd. Is he playing with his life? So you're Flamesy right now. You have we still have 3 rounds consecutive you need just to go to OT, right? Do you upgrade? You know, what are you looking for here? Because if you have one player survive in one of these rounds, and then maybe you have to drop further down the line, it looks like he's just going to stick to his guns of that MP9. So he's not going to upgrade the weapon. And he's even having a pretty tough map. He's been able to get himself up to 14 kills, so some struggling moments. The eco bashes will help. But here we go. Falcons, another opportunity with the rifles in hand.
What's the call, Kixon? A little bit of an early main util. Implies a top pop, imminent.
Apex here undetected.
Yeah, this is a valuable early warning system. The canary in the coal mine for Yard.
Here, Nico jumping, so information there.
Light smattering of damage from that HE. Zywoo puts a couple of bullets down range. Apex overlooked. Ooh, saves it, but traded. There's another one. It's Zywoo that keeps their head above water.
Everybody in Yard still for Falcons. And after that exchange, this was an all-in. They can hit the brakes right now, but if they do, they will have to expend these smokes to get across. Impromptu thrown, so Gap will it be punished. Zywoo reposition up towards Heaven, spams through, gets nothing. Flamesy, he's the one rotating down towards the B site. Next point of assistance likely Rops from ramp. Flames is just going to play the jump spot, the safest possible way to try and garner information down here. It's still a winnable round for Falcons.
Certainly. That's why Flames is playing just for the intel. So they can educate, manipulate their defense. Oh, they couldn't
see him?
under it. Yeah, I think he's
got
Yep.
But he's late to the timing of this.
That's true. He might not be expecting Kixon so close so soon. He's going to mantle up. Try and get to clock.
Rob spotted.
Ramp rotation. Kixon spotted. Rob's noted. Worried about that flank on ramp side as well. Doesn't exist, but he's concerned. 15 seconds, the pressure on these 3. How on earth are they supposed to get that bomb down? Not looking good now. Rob 6, but Monacy. Kixon falls, and Vitality sees another. 6 series points.
さあ、10の6から10、違うんだ、12の6から12の10まで来たな。
They had them in 11 to 5. Zywoo happened. A massive clutch. A 1v3
これ12、12って並んだらオーバータイムで延長戦になりますね。
Taking down Nico and Tesses on the lower side. The immediate response from the Falcons to get their 12th. They're up 12 to 6. Now it's only a 2-round difference, about to become 1. Team Nade on Apex. Looks like he wants to make his way down the vent. They've done standard smoke wall and they're across, undetected.
Apex, oh, we nearly got caught out there. Tessus is ahead of this. And oh my god, he's gone down. A catastrophe from Apex, and look at this. Tessus knows what that means. He's already seized so much forward momentum. Rops is gone too. Just the 3 of them. Tessus has ignited Falcons into what could be the last round of this grand final.
これは決まったか？
Nico's got his head in his sights. They're closing the gap. Chip damage, get away. The clock is on their side now. Zywoo clawing back in. Can he get it again? Can he save them again? It's just sidearms for the most of them. Good damage. Another falls. Kicks them. What you got? Nothing enough. It's just magic. They're on the defuse. He can't stop it. He can't get him off it in the smoke. He can't find it. We need another.
なんか次々と今人が死んでたっていう。
Never certain, always guessing.
これガチやらかしたね。
5 consecutive rounds from Vitality on the very verge of having their dreams shattered in Melbourne.
Your heart has to stop in this moment. Again, the comms are just not on point. The fact that there's a player so close, Apex has absolutely no idea that's a possibility. It comes down to the wire. Again, they're swarming in against these pistols, and they fortunately get across the line. Another opportunity for Falcons to get it done, but once more, it's a lesser buy. It's not the all-in, and this is what it's all about. Your heart stops in that moment. For one team, it's sinking. For one team, it's beating 1,000,000 miles a minute. And either way, we have gone the distance. 24 rounds required on Nuke. Fully strapped.
Everything they want.
Both sides of the server.
Eyes on those stars to do what stars do in rounds like this. Spam won't connect. Return of fire from Magic. Equivalent exchange. Apex has got the audacity to position himself this elevated angle on the warehouse. And Nico, ooh, did
Apex.
Did he see him?
He's talking an awful lot.
I don't know, he's not pre-aiming. Oh, in the open, Apex, he's drawn blood. Nico down. Are they really doing 6 consecutive to OT? Looking good, right on the ramp. Holds on, forced out into the fight. Magic should have him, takes another with him. Burns to a crisp, but the damage is done.
トリプルキルはでかすぎる。
Reverberates on ramp, triple kill. Just Magic now. Or all of that, 6 opportunities to win 1 round squandered and survived by Vitality. Flames, oh, he opened the doors, he sees it coming in, Flames forces it. Vitality weather the storm.
We said they had to rise to the occasion. If you want to go down as one of the all-time greats, these are the type of games that you have to win. Under the bright lights of the Rod Laver Arena, a champion of old is watching a champion of new push Falcons, and now they are back in control.
How often you see
オーバータイム
Ross out of his seat?
並んでしまった。
OT. It's a mental game at that point. 6 consecutive Falcons come into overtime, starting to forget what a successful round feels like. Maybe they can change it with a little pace pop. Here comes Tezes, brute force, ferocity into the top side.
$12.5K in overtime, but you lose the sign so easy. How are you meant to get back into this? We can see the HP. Oh, so low. They're playing the long game. Vitality worked hard to put themselves in this position. They're not going to squander it with a couple of silly decisions.
And you sit there and wonder, what if we called that in regulation?
They're not going to roll over Falcons, showing they still have the bite, just the pressure getting to them, and what's really been getting to Vitality throughout the rest of the series. We finally leveled out and found an equilibrium in that regard. So sure, Falcons, they grab that one and get up to 13. Can that happen again? What's the opener? First smoke down. Nico looking to take some space and accelerate behind Red.
The timing of it's perfect. He's going to be ahead of the break. Oh, spotted at least. Apex, he's not slowing down. Nico doesn't hit the brakes. Then rotate. Magis catches one. Flame's gone. That's a big jewel. Oh, Apex is gone. Nico just wants to fight, wants to biff, puts Apex in the dirt. You know where Rops will be. Hits the shot. Head removed. Another one in the Flames. No, asking too much this time. 2 consecutive, I think.
Okay, 2v3, there's a chance.
Oh, it's Zywoo. It's Zywoo you're messing with here, Tessus. You got to be precise. You got to hit that head. Now dead. 2-on-2. How is this 2v4 disintegrating before our very eyes? Kicks and a Monacy. The double dub. Mind game. Smoke on the bomb as well. This is going to get hectic. This is going to get chaotic. Flash and go. Swinging on through.
Yeah.
Make the switch. Maybe they overlook him. What?
They tagged it through the box.
Oh!
Comes down to that. 8 points of health.
いや、反応早え。
Messi prevails.
The stray bullet through the box hits the tag and gets them the round. Counter-Strike's a game of the smallest of margins, and this one's going the distance.
Full comic book double take. They're like, did I hear what I just heard? A headshot through the dark box? Who's pulled the trigger there? Messi must have just thrown a bullet out. Willy-nilly. Does this.
Yeah, it's the silent stem 4, isn't
Turns
it?
around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
peppers him through it. Honestly, almost gets it done regardless, and then has to find that bomb, has to get on the defuse, and still fired up. That was a tough round to get back into. Another 5v3 situation slips by the wayside.
We're going to get head-to-head early here. Apex, lots of opening deaths these last few. And again, back turned. Nico, instantaneous deletion of Vitality's captain. That's the opening kill they need to leave with a lead on this T side. Flames puts his head in the vice. Tested, traded, Tessus into the site. It's Messi and Zywoo to be... I was going to say tested. They hit the brakes, understandably so. You've got yourself the man advantage. A signature, Falcon's pause. Zywoo investigates. Oh, he comes up Trump. Finds out more.
そんなスモークあんの？
Scrutiny, 50 damage, solid nade. Softens him up.
Tessus has slipped by. Could activate late, come up, and potentially catch one. Yeah, back turn. Zywoo down, number advantage.
Awkward now for Robs. He doesn't know whether he should be chasing Tessus or is Tessus going to come to him.
多分テセス。
26 frag haul. Tessus with a superstar performance and he's got you.
おお、
No, he
ロ
doesn't.
プス。
Robs wins out. Messi overlooked. It falls to Magisk to do what Kixon couldn't. In this one at least. Tessus got him this close. Now with bomb around, he gets the job done. Messi walking up on him, closing that gap rapidly. Magisk in so much trouble, under so much scrutiny. Messi from the behind, gonna swing out, isolates the duel. Magisk with the adjustment. Big game player Magisk. When everything matters. Every decision you make, like this one made by Robs and Magisk.
強ロプス強。
Only 2 kills, but they are
あれ一瞬の足音だったから速攻でディフューズやめたね。
Apex doesn't believe what he is witnessing right now. This man giving up opening kills left, right, and center. Watchers on biting his nails. And how does Robs win out these fights?
The shadow betrayed Tessus there.
Second flash is perfect. Keeps Robs completely blind. Means that he can't scale up and swing out to look for the trade. Goes to sit it. And still catches the fight. We're talking about these superstars.
強。
We swap sides. 16, the magic number. 15, 15, we do it all again.
Straight into the call. Apex's game plan to be realized.
A split.
Yeah, straight to main. Kixon hit by the molly. Knows he's around there somewhere hidden in the smoke. Magisk,
Nice.
double kill. Kixon one as well. Vitality. Short on players. And a quick CT round to start, to level us up, to tie us up. Just the woo. Nothing he can do. 14 each.
I can't believe they went back to testing that A site. Remember how this map started? Vitality on the T side, a couple of their early gun rounds, I think it was even back-to-back. They tried to do these executes in towards A to isolate Magisk, and he stepped up. He had multi-kills. And they've gone for that again. Extaz maybe noting exactly that. Hey, why are we returning to that? If that was part of the game plan, it didn't work.
But also, let's leave Magisk alone right now.
He's having a game. 27 kills for Tessus, 20 for Magisk, 18 apiece for Nico and Modesty, 17 for Kixon.
Oh. Impeccable timing from Magisk. He just knows what those sound cues mean.
It just looks too comfortable on this bomb defense. I don't think he can go for that type of play again.
Another timeout called, so...
Yeah, that was Extaz, I think, wanting to make sure that they don't call into a similar type of round. You don't want to let Falcons get up to 15 first. Well, this is the one to slightly alleviate that pressure gauge. You get this, you guarantee double OT at a minimum. You can play your final round of overtime liberated by that.
Honestly tried the touch of aggression for such a momentous occasion, and Zaiwu already posted on that exact takes down his rival for his 26th contribution on Nuke.
Smokes are fading. The bomb will need to be picked up at some point for Vitality. Someone will be tasked with going back and picking that up, I'm sure. Does the moment get the better of them? Might be aggression.
Robs versus Tess. Wins it out back to back in the head-to-head.
Nico keeps going. He'll find the bomb. Oh, not if Apex gets to it first.
Oh my god. He's going to lose the bomb. Nico's going to put the bomb on the floor.
Oh.
Found.
C4 ドロップ。
Zaiwu, how do you pick this up? How do you play this? What can you do? Knife out, turn around, gets out. No, he doesn't. Nico's there. Messi distracted, kicks and profits. Flamesy and Robs. Robs returns to lobby, but it feels like they've lost this one. Slipping away. 15 found first for Falcons. Nico's aggression catching Apex and it all falls apart.
There's no way Rob's
You're not clearing this. You're not ready. 15 is theirs. Will the 7th time be the last time here in Melbourne? 7th series point.
That little situation right there might seem like nothing. The fact he has to go back to pick up the bomb, there's a gap available. Sure, that had to be the one gap pushed on that perfect timing.
Tiny.
There's only 1 in a million that happens. It did. But those are the moments that will keep you up at night, especially with what Vitality were on the cusp of achieving. Apex says he has no regrets. Well, maybe nobody having in the bomb might become one of them. You got your Cologne, you got your Katowice, you got your majors. You don't have an ESL Grand Slam under your belt.
And of all the characters in this cast of teams, it's Falcons.
ここでファルコンズが取れば勝
This
利。
unification of Counter-Strike muscle to play spoiler. And again, this could be the last round, Melbourne. Have Vitality got it in them to take us to a double overtime?
Nico starting down Secret this time round. Ready to receive the Frenchman. Across undetected, but sound cues potentially heard. Nico playing defensive, Apex on the jiggle spots, and now exchange of utility to block for now. Drops the smoke as well. He doesn't want any trouble. Rest of the pack currently poised if they get the space to pounce on Tesses. Monacy hedging over to fortify ramp. Right now, this kid could be worth every penny if they shut this down.
He was brought on this team for one reason, Chad, and that was trophies.
This is perfect.
And that trophy could be theirs in less than 45 seconds. With an extra 100 grand on top, it's Nico that takes the head up of Apex. Monacy finds Flames, they both fill the feed.
Tess is coming back up.
Thinking about it, certainly flirting with the idea, but you have that man advantage. Vitality, the pressure is on
テセスにかかってる。あー、ニコが落ちた。
Zaiwu strings together a double, this high pressure round, falling apart at the seams. Magic indecisive, how does he play it? The bomb goes down, Robs hits the shot, and
いや
one more required.
ー、ボーン3から一気に。
Nico and Monacy chip in, but
あれ
it's
ニコ
still
が
not
やら
enough.
れなか
This
ったら
game
ワ
will
ン
not
チャン
end.
勝ってたなこれ。
Not on Vitality's watch, not on Zaiwu and Robs' watch. Another
オーバ
overtime
ータイム、もう
secure.
一回オーバータイムですねこれ。
Right here in the center of your screen. This is one of the
もう一
best
回オーバー
players
タ
to
イム。
ever touch the game. That's why he's got the name.
We wouldn't be here without that clutch.
Back-to-back world number ones. One of the absolute greats. And in a pressure game. At points in his career, he has been criticized for not stepping up.
いや、
Well,
座右
do
もう
that
まい
right
な、
now.
本当に。
See what output that he has put in to this fifth and deciding map with the most on the line.
I mean, this is what happens when you put greats in the server and make them fight. You end up in a double overtime.
15-15。
Who wants it more? Who's got the gas in the tank to take them that extra mile? With that volley well
This
placed.
time,
熱い。
he's just going to burn out. He'll try and take one
No
with him.
way!
Gets away with it. That was supposed to be a free frag. Instead, Nico makes it costly.
The 1v1 you're looking for. Apex will take a consolation at this point. He can't even buy a kill.
Zai was gone. That's a very big frag from Kingston to post. Out of the round. They once again ask questions of Magisk topside. Did they not receive the memo? It is closed.
いや、スローで入ってんのか。
Takes him down. Huge double kill to rectify. Advantage squandered. Wanna see delayed.
これリテイクきついね。
Tessus joins him. Flash and go, likely. Robson Flamesy. With the bomb on their side. Uncertainty though, still not sure as to where they both are. Now gets the info. Think he spots two. Barrel fades, they're gonna have to swing eventually. Tessus gets himself out, loses his head. Robs makes him dead. Monacy, an impossible clutch. Flames up close on Hut. Holds the angle. Oh, he hits that shot. Crazy.
Important double there from Flamesy to break in towards that A side. And that shot from Monacy. Here it is again. Need Apex to somehow recenter himself, because at the moment, he's mental. Well, no, he is mental. The mental game, that's the part and parcel of this that is really running him for loops. He needs to be focusing on that crosshair. Tough for an in-game leaders to do, especially in this pressure environment. He's got his players to play, but if he could help them out with a kill or two, oh, it's a missed smoke by the looks of things.
Bit premature on the HE, no one home. Instantaneous second. Okay, that's a good green light for Apex to try and get across. Flash does assist, and he gets up down to the secret stairs.
Okay, this time with a whole lot more of an open runway. The resistance is not there, the instant molly, the instant smoke. Nico hasn't addressed it just yet. Someone else will have to dip down, and that man will have to be Tessus. He's playing on the ramp for now. Door opens, a window smashed. Are they going to try something a little bit cheeky? Break a window as he opens the door, have a distraction towards top so they don't hear this. That's the question.
Yeah, he just looked up. I think he's trying to talk to them.
There you go. Now he swung open the door, so undetected. To make this play on this stage, this is crazy.
There's no way. There's no way you have the presence of mind to call for that. And Tessus is about to get clotheslined. Jump scare. Oh my god. He has to have this one. Lead. Just about.
Gotta get past the orb.
Ooh, wow, quick one back. Anti-flash flicks on back, but Apex brings him down again. You want some frags from Apex, Chad House too. Nico though, still alive. And partnered up with Magisk, repels the invaders.
25.
Top side. Rops is calling
ロペスが A 取ってる。
Everybody rotated B for Falcons. The only way back through is going to be secrets. Up the ladder, you can plant safe heaven side. Zoe and having a smoke for main. They should lock them out with this.
They're in trouble, Falcons. How you get through this? It's going to be flash and go. Bleak, not how you want to be approaching. Nico considering an alternate option. And Nezzy is too.
Time's going to become the issue. If you take too long, you can't flood the movement.
Very late.
いや、そこにメズィがいるん
Double
だよ。
swing him though. Mezzi tight on the angle. Concerned about the ladder as well. Gets the into. Oh, gets them both. Vitality. A 17th in the bag. And Apex, a crucial role within that round.
I still can't believe the type of plays that he's gone for. Think about the last round of regulation, I'm pretty sure it was. He's sitting top of Warehouse. Now here, in front of a packed arena, he's attempting to make a play that requires sound. Right now, obviously, you're helped out by the fact of that, but you're hoping you're not given away as you're making this lurk. And almost
Oh my gosh.
dropping the ball on that one. Not a headshot, not clean, but still the kill and found the double. But right now, Falcons are in trouble. Kicks it into an SMG.
ちょっとも
Rifles
っ
for the
たい
rest.
ね。
Couple of kits, head armor lacking. Not going to be a problem against these AK-47s.
Clean sheet on the T side would be incredible.
You need something, Falcons, and that's the start. Apex hemorrhaging his 8 opening death.
Rops up to no good.
This is a classic Rops move out the door.
Waits for the reaction. Just anticipates his play and sits there waiting.
No way.
あ、どうもこんにちは。
Welcome to double overtime. Welcome to double overtime.
No.
お、お、あ、
He put away the knife.
タイミングよ。
He had the read. He had the play.
The one time you want to bring a knife to a gunfight and you get stuck with an 8 in your hand.
Oh no, I've never seen that before. He had everything going for him and then swaps to an M4. Now Kixon. Lots of bodies, not clearing. Mezzi, he overlooked the possibility. Nico doing everything in his power. He gets 2. 2 on 2. But this is Robson Zaiwu. And Monacy going for that lobby wrap.
これはきつい
Zaiwu
な。
left on the side. Robs tucks Ven.
リテイクがきつい。
Doesn't go off the flash, just trying to draw attention to his heaven push. Zaiwu's not distracted. He's not falling for their silly games. Monacy doesn't hit the quick scope. Robs does. Removes Tessus from heaven. No chance for Monacy. Perfect. Perfection. All 3 from Vitality's T side. They are now 1 away.
攻めで3連続
So
取っ
the
たのが
stream
クソでかいね。
was going to be left ripped and in tatters.
守りが
But once again,
守りが強いマッ
bubbling
プなん
up
だけ
inside
ど
of it, but now the pressure,
攻
it
めで
changes once more.
3連続取
3
ったのがでか
swings,
すぎる。
3 cracks, 3 opportunities. Right now, get in their face, go for a lobby crunch, take some risks, take some challenges, get outside of the box. You are finally in control of Nuke. Challenge accepted. First half felt like this
Vitalityが
could have
1本
been
で
a
も取れば
blowout. Clutches
勝ちやん。
required, grit, determination, and vitality being
ファルコンズ
discussed.
が
How good can
3
this
連
team
続取ら
be?
ないといけない。
Just one more round.
18、
They have dug
18に持ってい
themselves
く
out
か
of、a deep hole.
バイタリティが3連続落とさずに1本でも
60
お守りに取れば
Another OT.
勝てる。
And now 19, the magic number. 3 stabs.
今のところバイタリティ圧倒的有利。
One single round. Tessa's getting tricky with it.
お、気づいてなくね？
Brings the fight. Apex ready. Oh, can't
Oh.
convert. Has blood drawn. Zaiwu occupying that secret push. Anticipating Kixon. Nico. Oh, it's Nico. Nico versus the Woo. AKB Yorpi jiggles him out.
これね、うざいよ
Confirms his
な、これ
presence.。That's info.
Now you can spread yard. You can try and get over towards heaven and hell. Tessus is already there. This is perfect for a
Zaiwu's
top
pushing.
split.
Zaiwu's pushing.
Zaiwu?
What?
Zaiwu's pushing.
Zaiwu?
He does it. An unbelievable aggress. Tessus does continue to impress. Finding one. Another
Ah, Tessus.
Robs, what's that for?
The bomb's loose in yard. 50 seconds.
It's just Zaiwu. They know exactly where you are.
あと座右だけだよ。
Their first attempt of the 3 has fallen by the wayside. Just Monacy a casualty of the skirmish.
Feels like they're bullying Apex over towards yard at the moment. Zaiwu having to make a crazy play just to make it interesting. Rops attempting to do one of his own, not expecting Tessus to hang around for that. Zaiwu will grab
強
another.
くね？
Look like he wants to save this AWP, however.
けど座右移動しないと多分飛ぶよ、これ。HP48 やろ。しかもこれ、ナイトメアだっけ？スキン。あ、ぐんぐんにいるや。この
It's been so interesting to see the shifting pressures as soon as you find yourself on the precipice of victory. We've seen it from
飛ばねえんだ。
Falcons, we've seen it from Vitality. Two more attempts. Two more rounds. Falcons cannot afford to lose.
Do you go for a yard control right now? They're taking a timeout to have
まあ
that
バイタリティは
conversation.
まだ余裕ある
So
ですから
outside's
ね。
being bullied. If Apex is being isolated,
まだ1
let's
本
give him a lot of support.
取られ
Let's
て
do
も
a
いいか
yard control. Let's push up towards red. Let's get
まあもう
close.
2本
Let's just snuff them
取ら
out.
れ
If
て
we
も
can,
負けで
we
はな
can
い
win
から
that
な
duel is
バイ
done.
タリ
They
ティ
have
は。
no control. But what could the call be? Falcons haven't had any issues doing top hits. They've been able to brute force in. They've
逆
shown
に
that
ファル
they
コンズは
actually
取ら
can
ない
pull
と
that
負
off,
けだ
something
から
that Vitality have not been able to achieve.
追い込まれたな
So
ファルコンズ。
A question of, do we count on Apex in yard? Do we invest our resources there? Do we leave our top site vulnerable that's already been exploited? A decision that could be worth $1 million.
Double AWPs was an option. It was available. Could have given one to Robs. Could knock it down a ramp. You know, have the AWP and a rifle outside. 2 rifles on top side, but they're just going to play it by the book. Keeping a standard right now. Next Taz. Gives them 30 seconds to talk through the next motions. The next minute and 55. Glory awaits, or does it?
みんな竹好き持ってるよな。
Information exchanged. Smoke wall lands.
お
He hits him straight through
う
the
す
box.
何がお前は何が見えた？
Throwback to Inferno that feels like another year ago. And go. Nico avoids the spam, gets himself across.
He's going to rotate down. Well, right now, it appears to be Flames. Rob's also cheating under. We've seen Flames with this one before. So we're playing with the AWP towards CT, so might be able to catch them in transition if they come back out of secret. Bombs in lobby. Apex now picking up the mantle of the ramp hold, leaving all the pressure on Mezzi on A. He has been a rock when tested. 45 seconds. The go signal will have to come. Mondesi on the X-ray, ready to throw util topside. Are they splitting A? It looks like it.
Seems like that's the plan. Zywu just falls away from that, so now Tessa's less vulnerable.
Mezzi has help.
The backups arrived. 30 seconds. Here comes the finish.
Oh,
Down
Nico
goes
now.
Flames. Nico gets his. Into the top side though. Zywu's missed his chance. Mezzi, can you hold on? He can't!
お
Down they go! And it's a Falcons round!
一気に A 壊滅。
Both teams looking to go flawless on their T sides of OT number 2. Can you believe what we're witnessing here this evening?
The universe has a way of balancing things out. Melbourne being given a gift in this grand final.
Just desperation from Robs. Comes on the vent, does well to get one. But otherwise, Falcons, yeah, coming to play today. This is some class Counter-Strike on display. No AWP this time round.
ファルコンズが取って18が並んだらもう一回オーバータイムですね。
Still have everything they need to Vitality. Very heavy investment of bodies towards yard. Make it all 5. Tessa's just up on the silo trying to oversee. Apex peppering away through the smoke. On the reload, they'll cross.
Robson and Zywu are going to push lobby.
They get early information if they continue with this. As soon as lobby's called clear, you'll have a very good understanding that this is everybody down secret. Apex.
Just him.
Careful with the movements. A flash, maybe. Forces some fire. Not the case. Tessa's now selling outside. Aim map smokes.
Apex jump spots it. Spots out Nico,
Apex.
repositions.
Bombs coming down.
He's begging for a rotation. Nico's got the Ven rotate cut off. Kicks and advancing. And Tess is completely detached from the pack. They can still pivot. But with kicks in with the bomb so low, does Tess just activate first?
すげえ慎重に
Is
エリア
this
取
gonna
ってい
be
く
the
ね。
last round?
やけどメイジーが上見てる。
28, boys. Statues.
時間ねえぞ。もう20秒ぐらいしかない
How
ぞ。
does the mental sustain this? Tessa spotted. Flamesy knows. Apex, here comes the barrage of util. Hold your breath. Flames gets one.
Oh.
There's Magic Commodity, but there's Zywu holding on.
10 seconds!
And where's the bomb? Where is the bomb? Odyssey's got to punch
7 秒
it in.
間に合う。
Mezzi, what can you do? He's going to run at him. It comes down to a
1-on-1
1v1. Odyssey versus Mezzi. Orb versus M4. Everything to play for. $1 million on the line.
おお
Oh, We go again!
The Rod Laver Arena are on their feet, and we're getting the game of Counter-Strike that we deserve. OT number 3.
並んだよ。
Oh, he needed
One
that
tap.
headshot.
No time to rest.
さあもう一回オーバータイ
Time
ムで
to
すね。も
bask in the
う一
chance.
回延長
Went
戦で
straight
す。
back into play. Vitality had 3 opportunities. A clean sweep on their T side. The challenge put out to Falcons. You've got to do what we did.
You want to talk about Counter-Strike being a mental game? Send them this clip. Send them this VOD.
Watch them win the first round now.
Exactly. Kicks and he could.
いやそこ左いるんだよ
No
ね。
undetected.
Okay.
You'd expect Apex to be in this position. And Zywoo operating with a rifle, not an AWP. So leaving that. He's going to clear outside. Here's this poor information, right? They must have an idea that it could be possible. There's always a chance somebody slips, but what does Kixon do with that? Zywoo. Deep in the back lines as Monacy draws blood, 4v4.
That's the
But
round
this
player.
could be the round-winning move.
ザイユーが裏取ってる。
Held.
あ、見てる。
Sets away.
テセス見てる。
It's down the woo, Mezzy. Topside defense with Flamesy. Kixon has gone round the world. Now just meets up with his team, calls it clear. Apex arriving just in time. Wait. Oh, an opportunity presents itself. Kixon takes the head off of Apex and now a race to Flames. Swings open the door. Doesn't finish it
いい
off.
もろ。
Texas gets softened
か
up.
すげえいいもろ。
Bomb can be planted. Cover provided. Flames swings that door open. All poised and ready to pull the trigger. Flamesy down. Mezzy handed an impossible round.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he got close. Kixon's the one to actually convert that. Save them. An immediate timeout. You get one every OT. Xtas immediately wants a chat.
I can't believe he's called it now.
あのモロトフ
That's a very
でかすぎや
premature
ろ。
timeout.
Well, you think about it, he's lost 4 CT-sided rounds in a row right now.
Perhaps that's the indicator as to why he's pulled the trigger so
So
quick.
what is he addressing right now? What is the concern?
He's talking to Robs.
Does he know the answer? Or is he giving them the opportunity to talk it through? Started with an opener. Apex got the freebie. Kixon got the space. And Monacy got the closes. Riding that high.
Melbourne, are you entertained?
I hope you don't have work tomorrow.
早いんじゃねこれ。
Round 38. Just getting a bit frisky. Gets to the vent. Can he get down? Yes, he can.
Maybe audible. That was loud to send. Maybe not. Zywoo brazenly tries to spam out behind him. Magis is already down here.
おお。
Crispy.
Ruined by a crispy one tap. Oh, hang on. He's seen the rotation.
Yeah,
He
that's
confirms.
two. Go
He
back
knows
to
two.
A. Go
He
back
knows
to A.
two. He can sell this. Selling it as best he can. Dips back around. He's playing cheeky with it. Zywoo holds, converts. Calls it quiet. Mezzy readies himself for battle. Catches, kicks him with a nade in his hands. Vitality have the edge, but for how long? Mezzy's going to get swung on by Tess. Gets his gun out, using that smoke to advance. Mezzy, another solid work from the anchor. Double kill in defense of his site. 2v3, still up for debate. Oh, Monacy, back turn, wasn't ready for Apex. Gets him from heaven, dips down, crouching down. Tessa slips away. Cleared out, headshot found, beautiful from Tesses. Another one available. Oh, he's cooking!
テセス強。
Spectacular aim. Always been a marvel to behold the mechanics of Tesses, but now he's putting it on display in a grand final triple OT.
Flames has had some shaky moments, and right now a 1v1. Tesses. He's had some impact. This one will be unfounded. 37 kills, 39 points of health, and what is about to be a great attempt at a 1v3. Plenty of time to get that bomb down. Rotation from Flames.
He had a near miss in the last 1v3.
Smoke for the bomb. It's going to make this real tough.
He elects to go ramp. Flames arrives. TSS thinking this one through.
Not getting the smoke on the
これ
bomb.
フレームズスモーク持ってるんだな。スモーク焚いて
Oh, that's scary now. That sound cue. Tessus, an audible reload. Flames just trying to fake him out. Tessus doesn't get panicked.
But the time.
Time. Flames has got to hold it. He just has to spam him. Just has to get him off the bomb. He can't find him. He can't find him. Denied. Sensational on the first two. Tessus,
これスモーク持ってるか持ってないかで
Well,
全
he
然
can't
変わって
believe
くる
there's
んだ
still
な
a。smoke for that situation.
Yeah.
You think you're going to get a heads-up duel in that situation. You can play from either left or right, but the smoke's in play.
And he hears that sound
Oh.
cue.
This is beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, stunning.
It's some of the best spray transfer moments in Counter-Strike, and right there, just putting that aim in the shop window. Can you believe that he is the man leading the scoreboard right now for Falcons, earning his stripes? Finally, a CT round for Vitality.
And a big round attributed to Flames. No perfect run this time. Bit of back and forth, a bit of tip for tap, blow for blow.
おお
And
What?
he's pissed.
あ、上からか。
Apex pinned to the back wall.
The moments in this game need to be studied. We have had some crazy plays.
おお。
Wasn't ready for that angle, was he? Mezzi falls. Monacy extends their advantage.
Yeah, starting to come apart at the seams for both teams. Everything looking a little bit scrappier. Who's got the willpower? Who's got the staying power? Another 5v3 situation. Plenty of these squandered in tonight's game across the 5-map affair.
Again with the bait. Sneaker
ニコの
so
ピー
good.
クがうますぎる。
Jostling
Oh.
out of position. Flames goes down. Monacy connecting. Rob's just the one. He needs a whole lot more where that came from, and even a team kill can't stop him.
We're looking for 22. 21-21, and we get damn deep in this thing. Team number 4 awaits.
ようあれ当てるね。
To the T side for Vitality. Still, no Zaiwu AWP. Looks like he's off. Wanting to wield these rifles instead. So let's see how he can get done on the AK.
てか、ザイユーが35キルいってんのやばすぎ。
Hotshot's not far off.
Rotation early down the vent. Let's see
ね
how it's
なんならテセス38キル。
Nico stays in main.
えぐいな。
Through the smoke, Apex is going to catch the timing.
He's going to try, hoping that that's enough of a distraction, and it is. Turns around, flattened.
強
Top
い。
side
なんかも
successful
う
for Vitality.
A
to
サイト
tie
壊
us up.
滅してるんだけ
So
ど。
ready for TSS. Goes down though. Quick reactions.
This round's still on.
It certainly could be. Needs something out of Kingston just
あ
like
るよ
that.
2 on 2
No, nerve-wracking now. Apex, Mezzi. Apex falls away. Playing the time, pulls out the Molotov to delay.
Ahead of the smoke already.
They're coming for you.
いや連休うまくねえか
Apex tucks
こいつは
across.
バイタリ
Does
ティ
deliver. That's impact frag from Alice Glenn.
Oh.
And he's done it. High impact from their captain. Quiet at times, but that is a loud one to tie us up 20 each.
Okay, touch and go for a second there. Just pushed immediately as that smoke was landing. They took the space. Kingston didn't waste a second.
The presence of mind, like he's CT vent, he immediately realizes that's not the play.
Taylor that plays up with his teammate and secures the round with a couple of tidy shots. So that's a rough moment. Apex getting caught with a whole lot of openings going against him. First death 10 times. We're 40 rounds deep, so what does that even mean at this point? Apex ahead of the smoke, looking for a fight, and he's gonna get it.
Honestly, so lucky to be alive, but his round already ruined. Nico quickly gets the block smoke out. They won't be able to accelerate on that. You wouldn't dare push through, would you?
これ木抜けそう
Might. Zaiwu does. Zaiwu's coming for you. Nico holds on. just the one. SS, oh, get tested. Flames, good for it. Again with the aggression, Kingston just throwing caution to the wind, just goes
展開
charging
早
in.
い。
Vitality on the very edge of being on series and ESL Grand Slam point once more.
Yeah, gonna have to be the save again. We've been here once before. Honestly, down to 250
セーブ入っ
bucks
た
with
ね
an
これ。
AWP into the next. So how are you going to call out the hunt here, Vitality? This one's come around damn quick, hasn't it? These last two rounds, blink and you miss it.
セーブ入ったんで、バイタリティはこのラウンド取れる、ほぼほぼもう取れるん
Really
で、
ready for a
取
fourth
ったらマッチ
overtime.
ポイント。だからバイタリティが22だったら勝ち。逆にファルコンズが21、21って並んだら、もう一回オーバータイム。なんで、おっと、
Might be flashing Robson to spawn here, Alex. They take that AWP away. Might have to be dropped into
He's
the
not going to
next.
have anything. Apex softened him up for them.
Nade.
5 HP.
It's good.
Yeah, dunks on him. You need to stay alive, Magisk. And you
Oh.
they take it all. Denied.
How valuable is that AWP? That's the
セーブ
question
で
right
きな
now
かった
that
ね。
Falcons
アウ
have
プが
to
セーブできなかっ
answer.
たな。
And apparently, Kixen needs it. He has bought it, dropped it across to Monacy, taken an MP9. So they have still facilitated it.
Wow.
But the fact that they're willing to take that sacrifice, you've seen Vitality in the last spree of overtime starting to move away from the AWP. So we're not wielding on the CT side as much.
さあ、
Now
バイ
the
タリ
T
ティマッ
side
チ
not
ポイン
running
ト。
with it either. Falcons back against the wall yet again.
Robs coming in hot, coming in frisky. They got nades with his name on it, but it's him down to 67. Either Vitality pick up the ESL Grand Slam right here and now, or we go into quad overtime. Melbourne, this is ridiculous.
A セットやね、これ。A セット。
Are they really going to try A again? Are they really going to try and test this
Kingston,
side
Kingston,
again?
Kingston, looking the wrong way. Oh, Magic's been caught out. How often have we said that this game? Not often at all. Robs demands it.
いや、
A commanding opportunity. There's only one man that can stop them. It's not going to happen. Surely Monacy cannot come up 1v4. Bomb down from the hut. Vitality made to work for it. Tenacious. But it is theirs now. Put through their paces.
バイタリティ強えな、やっぱりな。
Vitality will plunder down under. Make the most of their golden opportunity. A period of dominance marked by an ESL Grand Slam. Hard work, determination, dedication. The culmination of their efforts.
All that glitters is not gold, but this is the gold standard of Counter-Strike. Vitality, they were pushed, they were tested,
おいおい
they
お
had
い、
to
1
dig
試合
deep.
何時間
And
かかっ
Robs
て、
joins
1
the
時間
history
何本
books
かか
as
って
the second player ever to win the ESL Grand Slam twice. We called in the talisman and
さて次
Catazwitzer.
何見るか。
They picked up EPL and they sealed the deal here in Melbourne.
Rob's got that Midas touch.
いや、いい試合だけど。いい試合だけどね。まあ、もう1試合見るか。またバイタリティだけど。
Shall we? Team spirit and vitality, the finest Counter-Strike has to
バイタリティ
offer,
とスピリット。
and it's in your house tonight.
The bold pick, man. Anubis here for Spirit. The team, they don't like it, but they're so good at it. And that's how it begins. Not a blip of damage here on Vitality.
Great flash, doesn't matter.
おっと
Celtics there to support Shiro. Oh,
Yo.
clean as can be. The conversation around Spirit, again, I've said it yesterday, I'll say it once more. It's about that Zontix. And we'll see what he can do if they get back to that A site, but hold your breath, because you are witnessing one of the best. It is Zywoo in a 1v4. And this room believes it's possible, but Donk's got other ideas. The two best teams, the two best players. That is what it's all about tonight.
In case you missed it, man, Zontix over on A main, just like yesterday, from this exact pillar, was immovable. Every round, played these angles
Sigo.
to perfection. A perfect CT side on Anubis, one of his best in his career. He put that together on stage. It looks like he might do that again versus a step up in competition. We're talking about Vitality, who are 28-3 in their last series so far. 15-match win streak if they win this game here versus Spirit.
That's a horrifying record to be going up against if you're Spirit. The thing with Zontix is not only Mohan did he have that phenomenal play over on the A side, he's having his best event. That is the piece. That is the third prong to the Spirit hope. The trident that's meant to just dismantle this Vitality hype train. If it all comes together, they can do it. That I truly believe. Zontix 3K in the pistol is a sign of good things to come. Of course, you got to convert it. You got to be able to hold Vitality back round after round. You got to be able to stop their momentum once they get it. Because this is truly a squad from across the board that can believe in itself and believe in one another. There are no doubts for Vitality so far this year. Zontix singular frag as Flamesy's going to clear him out.
He was allowed to do that because Zero was here. Chopper right behind him in camera.
Little utility in front of the commitment. They're going to go trudging forward into the bomb site. They'll attempt Zywoo to bring it back. He gets his one, as did Flamesy, but no follow-up from the others. There's the bricks play. Donk's going to make the difference yet once more, and it's a Mezzy Desert Eagle to try to get this Vitality force buy over the line. Not going to happen. Majority stand for Spirit. It is a golden opportunity as far as openings go.
It's possible Mavs play Vitality 10 times in a row, and Vitality maybe slightly edge them out because the sheer level of skill, the team play, and everything. But you look at Spirit on their very best day, they can beat Vitality. We know their ceiling is almost limitless. And yesterday they showed if they played Vitality, that they could have maybe got that result then. They're just looking to do it 2 days in a row to get to a grand finals, to make up for that Katowice grand finals where they got stomped. None of them, I think, believed that that really counted. In their heads, it was an off match. Donk has said this himself. Now it's time to prove it.
It's always easier said than done, but, you know, tell yourself what you have to in order to step forth into this opportunity with a true belief. And if it was a shaky team Spirit, then maybe I'd have still doubts. But the way that they absolutely shredded Navi yesterday.
The special thing about this head-to-head, especially with Zontix on A site showing us some great stuff lately, is that Rops is the kind of the only player that can maybe test him.
True.
1-for-1. And also, just by the way of which they approach A main, it will be Rops going in to try to fight him on some raw duels.
Take a specialist like Robs and you put him up against a great version of Zontix, an informed version on this A site right now. And we saw what the absence of Robs did to FaZe. We saw what it's bolstered Vitality with. Thing is, you get Zontix with Shiro, second highest rated player for Spirit, obviously behind Donk. It's not a defense anybody really wants to go up against, but here Vitality find themselves again with just their pistols. Shiro sensing a bit of an opening, content to just stick that M4 barrel around the corner, frag grenade supported, and thus far it's been great tethering coming out from Team Spirit. This is looking like a bit of a brick wall over on the A site. Yes, it's in the face of just pistols, but usually Vitality good for at least shaking up their opponents. Apex takes the long road around from the B site. Want to make sure you die it before time expires.
Oh, they're not even going to let him.
No, that's
they're
not
going to
even
look for his exit route.
And if he's not careful, he's going to die. And now after
they're
time.
waiting.
If he dies after time, this is awkward.
That's brutal.
That's horrendous.
これタイムロス
They
か
actually went to look for where he would go. Running back through the spawn.
Apex
Oy,
金ねえんじゃ
that
ね
is
えの。
a rough way to start here for Vitality. Great for Team Spirit.
Ouch. $1,700 in the first gun round.
That was by design, right? The way that they hunted this. I mean, they went to save because even if he saved, he was saving just a deagle.
Right?
His economy would have been stunted. There's barely any difference. Oh, there it
That'll
is.
help.
The raw duel.
Found a gun for Apex. Just a matter of getting it back. Shiro not going to keep that deep angle forward on main. So out of the gate here, round 4, Vitality find a little space to work within.
I don't think anyone else does that to Zontix right now.
Through the essence of that smoke, Flamesy charges inwards.
Part of the way that they've been able to hold a main and look so good is because of Zontix, but it's also because Chopper keeps eyes on mid throughout the
Always.
round. Different times he comes back in and out. It's not a place that you can post up and stay, but it's somewhere you can come back to get info. He finds all the right times to do it, but this weakens the map tremendously.
It's a beautiful mix. Team Spirit players constantly kind of blending up the change-ups between middle and A site. Right now it's B that's the intended target. Magix leans back. While that incendiary burns them towards E-Box, Flamesy's got other ideas. Add a third layer to this assault and suddenly B feels like a foregone conclusion. But Magix still just kind of keeping himself pressed in.
Waiting for Flamesy to come through.
He's gonna fall victim to this flank, you'd think. Rounds the corner, and sure enough, connects to the head of Magix. So nothing that Team Spirit can do about holding Vitality back off of this one. If you thought this was gonna be a blowout, here's your reminder. Vitality 5 strong in the post plant. There'll be a question as to what the costs end up being here. Doesn't look like it'll be the free canal exit. Vitality won't waste much time. 4th round, theirs to the board.
If that round doesn't show you, we've got a high-level game coming up. I don't know what does. Vitality use every piece of utility. They get the flank in place. They kept 5 alive up until this moment. And that was excellent use of the map control. Perfectly punished. But look at this. Even to the end of the round, you never stop working. Some extra damage done.
Prime example of the nitty-gritty that this game is going to boil down to. Spirit may lose that bomb
まあここは
site
ティームアッ
for
プですから
free, but
ね。
they sure as hell add a price tag on the exit.
It all starts with
T が有利なマップって言われてますから。
This duel. No one else does this to him. He's right in front of the flash. Even if it was aiming at him, wouldn't have mattered. Instant first bullet to the head.
The Hive is in the house.
Oh, sorry for swearing.
It's okay. Life comes at you fast. As will Vitality. You think it's all going to be methodical. Don't let your guard down. This one's got a quicker tempo. Famesy just wants to be let off that leash. Flashbang will reveal Shiro's position. And an immediate volley of utility to come forward here. Blocking off tempo, which means blocking off Chopper.
完璧な
Which means it's going to
テ
boil
ン
down
プ
to
ル
the
スモークやな。
Zontix Shiro A site hold. If there is a commitment to come through, which
they can
there
go
is.
through that.
Down through the camera smoke they'll go. Shiro clipping the wings of Apex. Flamesy, he's going to be hurt.
これさ、メジが
Mezzi!
Oh!
Comes out through smoke, catches him off. Third player dead. It was an opening kill here for Spirit. They had high hopes for that hold. And then Vitality flood forth regardless of the early deaths. And they come out with 4 players strong.
That's terrifying. I missed it, but that camera smoke, was that a T or CT smoke? Because there was a gap that allowed Apex to get out a little bit more quickly.
I want to say
Didn't have to wait
T.
it out. And if it was a T smoke, it was also very aware of Shiro to get the first kill when he was playing up there from heaven. But Mezzi makes the move. Just as they're splitting, there's a third angle, him coming through that smoke.
Yeah.
That would be a play that on its own wouldn't make much sense. Probably wouldn't scare Spirit at all. But in this spot, because they're on the inside of the smoke, they have stuff to watch. They cannot be watching that smoke as well. As perfect move from Mr. Mezzi.
I think the timing of all of those plays within that round is just such a prime example of how in this moment, in this hot streak of 14 match wins, Team Vitality are clearly all on the same page.
This is a checkmate position, right? You spend any time staring at this with your gun out, you're wasting time.
And it doesn't take long to get Hallie on the mic. This is something we saw with Hallie versus Blade yesterday. constant early pauses to try to get momentum rolling. Spirit obviously 3-0 start. They want to get their hands back on that.
Vitality have solutions.
There's a fire in his eyes.
Yeah, there is. I mean, he's excited to play the best team in the world. I mean, he's somebody that when he says something in that manner, you take it at face value. He is an infinite game player. He is in it to play the game. He's not in it to achieve any one goal. He just wants to keep winning for the sake of winning. He's addicted.
That's what propelled him to world's #1. Doing it his way as well. He will be featured inside of this B-bomb site. Yet again, doesn't feel to me like Vitality are wasting a lot of time to just get into the posturing moments of their attacks. I mean, everybody's ready to pounce this site already. You'll leave Rops to his own device elsewhere, but you are going to try to unearth Donk from that platform. You force him to use the smoke. Apex comes in with an entry. That's his first kill of the game. And once he's online, that's the thing with Vitality. The floor has been rising. Donk emerges through smoke. Zywoo clips him. Then it's
強い。
and it's a double out of their in-game leader. The captain of Vitality has been playing great CS. All of Vitality have been great as of late, and that is why their win streak is undisputable.
Dude, they're finding new routes that people aren't trying both on A and B. This is like Death Stranding, them building a brand new highway just to ride on it. They found 2 of these smoke pushes off the back of a kill to weaken the defense that's already weak because it's Anubis. Very hard to hold any one angle when you have to float between Donk and Magix behind default. It's another sort of checkmate play. Again, if you're watching that and Apex is inside of it, you're probably going to get shot in the side. So not much you can do about it. Vitality tie off that round. For a second, it felt like this game was going to go up 6-5, 6-1, something like that, in favor of Spirit.
Catching Chopper with his head on a silver platter, and that's how Zywoo ends up seeing him. Just a glimpse on the jail jump up.
Didn't want to let Apex get too many kills. But that was his no matter what. Shiro's ops a little lonely. You have Zontix at least with an M4.
In current form between these two teams, if we go down the list, Donk is Zywoo. You've got Shiro to counter out Robs. Flamesy and Zontix at this moment in this event, basically locking horns. To me, Mohan, the difference comes down to whether or not Magix can pick it up, because versus Na'Vi, he had that incredibly poor performance on Dust 2, where a P250 clip was all he basically had.
Yeah, he had 5 great kills.
So Magix Chopper versus Apex Flamesy. I think that is where the difference, or excuse me, Apex Mezzy, that is where the difference could boil down to this evening, in this instance of this head-to-head. There is no room.
When we say the ceiling is limitless, we talk about the major grand final.
Sure.
But then you see where it does exist, where their floor falls out. It definitely can be Magix. Sometimes you see how well he can play versus anybody. Well, sometimes he can be absent as well.
Flash to warn Shiro of what's coming. Remember, not a lot of guns, but still in the right position. Shiro under pressure with the utility down beneath him. Flamesy on an absolute tear here. He drops the 2 guns.
Yo, what a flick.
Nice flick over from the 5-7. There's one for the road. Give him something to think about. We just talked about Magix and his pistol prowess. Beautiful P250 highlight versus Na'Vi, but doesn't look like he's going to get anything going this time around. Again, just try to rack up a price tag on the exits, perhaps. The Vitality. Again, I think this is a great moment where if you're letting them get close to the bomb sites, it's once that execute comes. Look at the conviction that they're showing behind it. The utility is superb. The trade right now. And you've also got these like multi-frag moments coming from across the board. This is a triple for Flamesy. You had Apex with a double when they were hitting over on that B site. There's also been a varied strategy to this attack. It is very difficult, in my mind, to put a pin in Vitality.
Agreed. I mean, you can't reduce them to any one thing right now. They have so many good things, and the fact is they can go off game plan to get creative as well. That's the scariest part, and that's why they have such an amazing winning record. A streak to kick off the year. also a team making a debut. As impressive as Mouses have been, here is Vitality, undefeated on 2 maps.
バイタリティ4連続なんだと
Back at
か。そっ
Bounty in
か。
their opening debut, and even that was just sort of the T side, and a lot of the conversation then with that one loss, their last loss, since they've just been picking up trophies ever since. They highlighted their shortcomings, they knew what they had to work on, and by God, they got right to work. Now we've got this off floating around in middle. Shiro ahead of the doorway, will be flustered back by the utility in the presence of Flamesy. But again, it's just the posturing. A little positioning, damn well worth the struggle here. The investment in utility, not negligible.
I mean, this is a good setup here for Spirit. They maintain mid. They're not scared off of this. The entire time Chopper could have left, but he had Shiro behind him. A-side's not getting prodded again. Again, they know they can leave Zontix alone very often.
Chopper can't get back though.
おーっと。
Yeah, he could have sat in that corner unnoticed, but he just steps back into the crosshair of Zaiwu, and the patience pays off.
Zaiwu knew he was going to do that the entire time.
Starts to feel like this is creating a squeeze, so we'll see Magic try to work forward here. Meanwhile, another smoke goes down in front of Long. Apex playing with his grenades. There's good cover here from Donk, but they both burn.
No.
And it could be Apex to try to reclaim this. Down to 30 seconds. 3 players strong from Long. Trade's good.
Come on.
T's able to exit. Here's the off of Shiro. It's a 2v3.
Oh.
Zaiwu connects into Temple. And then that final rotate in Zontix at half health against 2. We've been talking about his stellar A defense.
強。
Flamesy fired the fingertips, hot off the press, and no signs of slowing down.
Nuts, man. It was actually excellent to go and check out what was going on here in E-Box. They found that first kill. Apex even got caught jumping. This is a 5v4 for Vitality to kick this off, but Spirit nearly brought it back. These guys are fearsome.
バイタリティ5連続ラウンド取ってるね。
Now it's Donk's rifle. That's lonely.
これグレ刺さんじゃね？
See ya, Chopper.
おお。
Or at least 85% of Chopper. If that's not a gut-wrenching feeling, suddenly you feel figured out. He has to just limp back into that bomb site.
He's lucky the one bounce is a little weird.
Vitality just keep marching forward. 5 rounds straight. Again, a few rifles, or weapons rather, for the play. Single M4 on Donk, MP9's mixed otherwise.
Vitality are always respecting the map when they have a full buy. Every round's going A first, mid, and then B.
Ooh, ouch. Magix gets burned down to 20. Now, all that is here for the B site are these 2 players that were tagged up by all the nades. Easy pickings for Flamesy. This guy's just got killer instinct online tonight. Off to a 9-6 start.
I know this is a mixed buy, but this looks impossible.
Apex kind of distracted by that player jumping up by the shelf, turns away from the most lethal piece of Spirit here in round 9.
一瞬見えたけどな。
Second rifle now in their hands. They get a little closer, but they know that the time's against them. They don't have the kit, and honestly,
きっとなくね？きっとないから多分無理やろ。
away with these 2 guns. Team Spirit need to concede 6 rounds straight.
Can they at least miss some utility? I guess they missed that nade slightly. It's the worst thing they've done all game.
Yeah, that's what we're going to pick them apart for.
They only did 30 damage with that one grenade once.
Vitality, wash.
Every molly is pushing someone out of position. The off is getting shots through smoke. We haven't even started talking about Zaiwu. He's having his best year start ever.
It is Flamesy taking over. You know, there was once upon a time, Flamesy, every time he stepped forward onto Anubis, I knew he was going to have a star-like performance. Going back to OG even. It felt like they, whoa. Played this match
すげえ格好。
for him. He's reminding us of his capabilities.
It's a lot of timeouts gone. I can't blame Ali though. This is a spot where like they've needed an idea, they've needed to figure out what was going to happen next. out of Apex, out of Vitality, but it's been a comprehensive game plan for Vitality. All the X factors there. Mezzi's only 2 kills got them around. Rops' only kill got them around. Sheer impact. I mean that truly, with all due respect. Like, the kills they've gotten have all led to better positions in each round, and have mostly simply converted.
Dude, the fact this Boost is already in position, and Chopper, he's been trying to get into that corner. Remember when he crossed back without the smoke cover and died? Well, ZywOo was ahead of that smoke. He was boosted before the smoke popped. Talk about getting read like a book here.
Whoa.
The waning few gun rounds that have come forth from Spirit, it is ZywOo to win the op duel.
マジでザイオ何見えてんだ。
Advantage established, Vitality trickle down into that bomb site, but they don't do it in the murmur. It is a smash of the defense. Donk hot on the heels of the wrap back round long and met by Flames, needs to wait. An advantage for Vitality with the bomb ticker already going. Utility to try to announce the retake. Magic's also still working with the full belt.
Worth a shot.
There is a world where suddenly they pressure this post plant, but we'll see if Donk is able to pull on any kind of thread. Magic's maybe first. He's got Mezzi right here on a silver platter, looks away. That distraction offered by Donk creates the moment for Apex. Headshots his.
おお What the fuck?
Who is this?
What the fuck? なんやそれ。
A flashback to his past.
It's official. Anyone on this team can clutch. Pow! And Spirit in one of their better moments in these last few rounds. Leave Hallie Arthur fisted standing behind them. A buy still comes through, but Spirit nearly put that together. Wow.
はあ
What is happening, bro? Are we playing the same?
わけわからん。
I don't think Vitality are.
Did he just do that to Shiro?
Yes.
Shiro is not even holding wide. He was holding for that peak.
Bro, Flames is wall banging as Chopper just tries to get an inch closer to this bomb site. This bomb site that's already lost. There is no hope of a hold. You can drop ZywOo.
I don't know if they know the
あ
future.
れ、白からどういう風に見えてんだあれ。
Every situation.
Unreal.
But they know they're the ones holding the pen, writing the story at the moment. This isn't main character syndrome. This is main character.
And there is no player 2. Wild scenes in Lisbon. As what's supposed to be the 2 best teams lock horns, and it could not be more lopsided.
That was just a passing thought to clear that.
Dude, like a bug on the windshield. Exactly.
Yeah. That's earned. That's a great crosshair placement.
強っ。
8
That's
rounds straight.
oof.
You let them have the pistol. They'll go ahead and convert.
Dude.
And then you rock their worlds for an entire T side. Spirit's hopes is they will switch sides after this round. The question is, are they non-existent? Anubis, the Spirit map pick. Flabbergasted at the perfection that this T side has shown us. Donk awaits them, and Apex is able to strike the first one down. No lineup, no defense.
なんやそれ。
Hope here for Spirit. A desperate one for the CTs as they will have to step forward into some sort of a retake attempt. You've got a flash for Zontix, you've got an incendiary, the tools are there, but the pressure remains high. Apex oversteps. Could be the first thread of an unraveling here in what feels like the free round. Fire on site. Mezzi
これは行くしかない。最後のラウンドだから。
and they will fall back. They will let Spirit think they have a chance. That was what it was all about tonight. Let them walk forward on that stage with high hopes to crush them. This is not a gap. This is a gorge.
The first thing I want you to know is me and Zayu are really bad at anything related to holding a pen.
Gonna do our best.
The first thing, Matu, I think it will be easy for you.
C4?
Yes. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, oh, you're such a bitch. What the fuck? Karambit.
Yes, thank you.
Ah.
Okay. Question mark?
No, it's like
I mean, there's only 3 days.
モルトフ？
Yeah, perfect.
あ、やっぱモルトフだ。
I'm thinking about mine. Wait.
Yeah, but then it's like...
フラッシュ。
Hit? I don't know.
あ、スモーク。あ、フラッシュ、フラッシュ。
Window? I don't know. Flash maybe? Flash? Ah, it looks like a flash.
やっぱりフラッシュだ。うん
Thank you, thank you. I think it's a smoke grenade. Good job, mate.
Glock.
Yes, okay.
Oh.
Yes, Glock. What the? It's a map?
No.
It's a really long
USB?
USB?
No.
No?
Yeah, it's really simple pistol. Like it's really easy.
ピーニセン。
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but
One of the best pistols ever.
ピーニセン。
Degan? That's a Degan?
Yes, that's a Degan.
Yeah, we are really bad at it. Hey, really. That's a bomb site. I'm so bad at drawing.
It's like a big side.
No.
Ah, yeah, I get it.
Nuke?
Inferno, yes, yes.
あー、インフェルノ。あー。
Short.
So, Mateo, when you enter the site, you have a box to your left. Yeah, okay, I get it.
See, you get it?
Yeah. I will do one that I think will be easy for you. Here. Entrance.
Okay.
Then B.
Why are you drawing this way? Like,
Boxes really far, because I cannot go here. You have like a huge box. Here, people hide behind it. Here is the bomb site. There is a block here and a box on top of the box. A window. Mate, which B side has a window? Think. Oh, I know a lot of bombs are with the window. Mirage? No, B side.
yeah, yes! There's a lot of window mirage.
No,
ミラージュではない。
A fucking door here that you can enter.
Those two?
Yes, B side, that's two.
あー。
Short.
Side, come inside!
Nice, boys.
Let's start here,
Fuck.
A flick of the wrist and a wave to the crowd. Apex just smashing Spirit alongside him and his squad. It is not about Zywoo, it is not about Rops, who only has 1 kill. Tonight could be about Flamesy. 12 frags on that first half.
Those entries, man.
What a T-side from Vitality.
It really started off so well for Spirit to at least get a first or second rifle round. That's what it felt like they were gearing up for. Now they got to fight for this T-pistol.
Zywoo's Berettas, only the one. Mezzi right with him. Apex and Mezzi
Oh.
on the line. Mezzi looking for a triple, denied it by Chopper. It's 2 kills in, 2 kills to go, and both remaining members double up. If I'm Rops, I let Flamesy try to take this in the form he's in. Nothing feels impossible, but Chopper has that bomb and more than a minute to work.
I feel like Chopper, it's going to be hard for him to get out of here safely, but he's found the way. But with them playing the middle of the map, I think Chopper's got to hope that there was some long flank that he's avoided, but that would be a little bit unnecessary on a round like this.
Every option still open to him, so take your sweet time, my friend. Cautious of the chase.
So you can play 2 to 1 site and then lose a lot of time if it's the wrong one. You can play middle and then you're not in either site, but at least you're playing together. And here they're still kind of going off of reads and actually worried about a flank all the way through spawn. So Chopper has the best situation to get this bomb down clean.
It's uncontested. There's no denying this plan.
Hey, if this was Shiro, we'd be hyping this up a lot. Chopper has the space to make this happen.
All right, well then, shall we?
さあリテイクですね。きっとない。
You'll have a chance to reposition first. They're not wasting a moment here. Look at the confidence, vitality come in to this retake with. They stomp their way.
He's planted on the other side.
Down past camera and beyond him. He gets the first onto Flamesy. Now it's just Rops. It's Rops' second kill. Or Chopper clutch. And he waits it out.
Oh.
No second chances.
Single bullet out of Robin, and that is vitality to double digits with a pistol in their back pocket. That is all Spirit had to work with in the first half. A pistol win and 3 rounds off of the conversion. The second half will not feature even the pistol.
Don't look at Robs. He's like Medusa sometimes, man.
I love the way
no
kill. In that sitting on bomb site doesn't tap the bomb again.
Yeah.
He just went so silent. At that point, could have been climbing up, could have been behind Chopper.
The one thing was, with where the bomb was planted, if Chopper peeked from the other side, he would have had to jump onto the site to actually stop Robs from defusing. So there was a little edge to Robs there. The edge that Chopper gained was that he appeared to not be up in heaven to get the first kill. Tough situation to distill. Robs figures it out.
Luckily for Spirit, we've got that Chopper bomb plant. That's why this one's got more bells and whistles. Let's see if Spirit can just suddenly pounce into sight here. Ooh, Donk shaved down to 80 HP as the utility comes in.
As he got that info very safely. Won't be the Tech-9 Storm they're looking for.
Can always redirect it. Minute 15 to the clock. Didn't lose much on that one. Wasn't even a heavy utility.
Oh no, lots of utility.
Lean back, reset, come at this again. Now, scout shot rings out. There should be a slightly larger alarm bell ringing for vitality. Chopper gonna dive down into the canal. And then wrapping back around to that bridge. Now, we've got pressure on the A site in the form of utility, but no bodies behind it.
Feels like because they have better utility here, they're leaving Apex alone. This is a position that can get sketchy for sure.
Definitely, especially with the
CT's
potential.
going through though. They're finding a time.
The potential for that
smoke
pinch.
behind him. Oh, it's perfect.
Flamesy, he's going to catch the player
him.
turned, and as that player turns, Zontic's not able to do anything about it. Donk's AK, the only one to rattle a player from Vitality. There's more where the first one came from, and he can't handle that pressure. Magix is able to get down into E-Box. That is Tech-9 in hand with players inbound. These 2 Ts in the post plant will be split between the retake direction. Zywoo tagged up. Tech-9 only good for
強。
And Zywoo's able to clear out sight because the second player banked on Magix being able to hold both back.
Dude, that was an unreal clear out of Zywoo, man. He knows that someone's holding him from the site. Magic's on an off angle. Gets first bulleted. 11 rounds for Vitality. No sweat. Like a good boxer, they were following them throughout this fight, right? They let them have space when they wanted to, but they had another plan. Even when they went to a heavy lead on A, at that moment, they had met them on B, they had met them in mid, and then decided to go for the long flank, just to seal it up. Even if it's the B site, as Apex was standing there by himself, he knew he would have help eventually.
Spies from here to the end, and the end may not be far off. Insane that we tried to put Rops up on that high horse, talking about his dominance on this A bomb site, and he has been a non-factor in this map. And when Rops isn't needed, a real testament to the talent across the board of Vitality. Here is his chance to shine alongside Zywoo. Again, it is lesser weapons, just these Galils to try to puncture in, now down to the 3v5. Spirit are gasping for anything in these moments. Magix will be delivered a gift. Apex steps forth, and that could be an upgrade offered over. Sure enough, Magix onto the M4, not to mention a smoke grenade to come with it. That'll block off camera, which puts a bit of a question
Whoa.
in the back of the minds of Vitality for only the moment. Shiro steps in,
そ
loses
こに
his
チョッパー
head.
がいるんだ
That
よ
was a great risk out of Flamesy. I mean, especially for how the map was going, but more pushes come through, and they're not expecting this. 30 seconds for there still to be a prong on the other side of the map. Magic's gonna go join Chopper, but Chopper has not gone through yet. They're still afraid of Rops here holding an angle. Low HP though.
Quarter health for 2 to take. It's all about the timing, and now that Mezzi's here, he's going to be bolstered by it. Magix gets dinked. Chopper denies Rops anything else.
Leave that clock dry.
It's another chance for Chopper to put a clutch on the board. Wasn't able to do it in the pistol. Came damn close.
What?
And Mezzi's not even going to let him make a move. That is the 12th for Vitality on the
What?
board. We're talking 9 map points.
Player quality, man, it's so high. Like individual moves, there's no macro going on in some of these spots. Just really great decisions being made consistently throughout. You have to meet them on maximum difficulty, all 5 players, one at a time. If Flamesy finding this opportunity, you know, you can only peek the right side of default when you have main
damn it,
control.
I got to
If main wasn't smoked, but because Spirit has shown them some info, 2 players pushing A main, player pushing mid, he thought that was free to try.
Ali's final chance.
I don't feel bad. I mean, I do feel bad for him.
You
Like,
don't
we haven't
feel
used
bad,
that-
huh?
No timeouts used for Vitality.
Easy day in the office
Yeah,
for
I mean,
Extaz.
Seriously. They should get 6 on the next map. Yeah, I wouldn't even.
Not the first to try. Not the first to fail. Very bare bones util here for Spirit in the 16th. Oh, that's what you need to see out of Spirit. Donk trying to tap into that superstardom with Chopper. Ooh, this one's looking better.
Nice.
This one, damn near flawless. Shiro barrel to the back of Rops. The first sign of life from Spirit since the third
早い攻め
round
だ
of this
ね
map.
Took the third time out, but they're gonna have to hear that match point sound every time they
あ、
success
これ見
here
てえ
for
な。
Team Spirit. Very late into the game. Early by the number of rounds, but they're gonna have to hear that match point sound every time they start. And it's great from Donk, and we can get stuff like that out of him now.
Situations, Donk steps it up. Spirit will be wondering why they can't all be that easy.
Yeah.
The only
Quite a
thing,
spot for him.
それあれやん、
to
チョッパーも。
right?
Oh, this
違う
is
か。
wild. He's gonna see this.
Boy.
あ
Almost gives that monitor a little love tap.
Oh yeah.
あ、あそんなミスある？
Hey,
You know, at least he didn't do it in front of a packed out arena.
he just wanted to let him know he could have killed him.
The 5-7 giveth, the 5-7 taketh.
That was so Rops though.
Yeah.
One tap, then turn around.
Yeah, I know, like, how confident he is. Look good to me. Clearly not enough. Mezzi, though, ooh, I was going to say,
Reaction.
could have been set up in one of those moments where they're so fixated in on Apex that they
Wait, the
skip
bomb
a
is here
step.
by itself.
Curious. It's got the cover. He's going to dive it. Oh, it's not
Oh
planted.
my god, if it
It's not planted. Flamesy into the 1v4. First kill comes free.
Oh.
God denies him. Nay, nay. Not like that. God forbid. Not like that.
pressure's off here for Spirit.
これ
You know, they might even be writing themselves off. he actually probably thinks he's being toyed with.
そんなミスあるんか。
Well, well,
They
well.
have that Counter-Strike player hunch, you know, trying to shoot him in the back of the head. Worse pistols than before.
Won't deter
Probably-
Rob from getting another 5-7, though.
He'll be pissed about that because he also got out of A-Man. You don't play that card too many times.
Sure.
And he walked out early.
And that would have been a free M4. Could have ran back into that bomb site. Ouch. 81 damage off the frag. No, I think you're dead on. Getting into that position, so valuable, but you can't do it too often. And you burn it. That'll leave a man miserable. Spirit also sizing up both sides of the map. Again, no steps can be skipped. In this bleak of a situation, USP headshot for Chopper to deal with. Apex cleans up on that one. And Magix just wants out. Shiro here to deny any chase, but the bomb has actually came in off those kills. Look at the CT scrambling the wrong way. Uh-oh. Apex doubles back. Suddenly there's more than what he left. Plenty of presence here inside of the B side out of Spirit, and that will indeed net them their 6th, only halfway to Vitality's 12.
Maybe Rob's only feels like excited.
That's what's needed here. Spirit have to replicate Vitality's offensive success. And the talk of the town is that Vitality seem untouchable. Spirit looking like they were informed to do it. And if you're gonna walk the walk, you gotta talk the talk. You gotta be the next closest thing to Vitality. All the other teams, barring Mao's, put Spirit up on this special pedestal to take a swing at the world's #1 tonight. So far, a swing and a miss.
Vitality did great on pick plays in that first half, where they had Zaiwu waiting mid-rounds, the boost on middle. Some of those openings were just those raw flamesy duels towards A main. But one pick play in the other direction, that could be night-night for Spirit.
Chopper gets close but makes sound on the approach.
Spotted.
Oh, that's what they needed.
Spotted from 2 angles, essentially.
One misstep, one missed shot. A missed chance to keep it rolling. And this one comes crumbling down around you. Donk will not double dip. It's damage on Magix to deal with. He will handle Apex. Zaiwu steps forth.
Oh.
A 3K for the road. A flawless Anubis. And Vitality makes sure that Spirit feel the sting going into this next map. Easy run to the grand finals, it seems.
Vitality arrive with Venom, and they are truly looking vicious. They go supersonic on Spirit's map pick, no less, with a monstrous T-side, and Flamesy truly igniting in this arena tonight.
That was a gigantic showing coming out of Vitality. Again, Spirit picking the map into Vitality. You must think to yourself, they have a clear game plan, they have a clear idea what they wanted to do. They win the pistol, they go.
ガチで疲れた。スピリット6時からのちょっと見てー。見てー。あー、やるか。 画面真っ暗良くないな。画面真っ白にするか。真っ白にして何があるんだ。起動できるか。まあできないよな。 いしょ。あれ BGM も止まってるな。放送事故レベルだな。やるゲームねえのよ。賞味、シャイニーカラーズ、シャニマスとシャニソンどっちが見てておもろいのかなとか思っちゃうけどね。音ゲーがおもろいのか、ストーリーだけ進んでいくような感じがいいのか。まあ、とりあえず FPS やるわ。ちょっと。えーっと。
私が見ていた世界、あなたが見たあなたの世界、さよならの瞬間胸に咲いた言葉、花向けの花束に託した。どうしてすぐ違っちゃうんだろう、どうして困らせちゃうんだろう、繰り返す自問自答答えがない。さあまた見ててよくた、その後に残りを吐く上ではきっと一人きりじゃ埋まらない。隠し事はなしだよ、何でも話してよね、優しさそれは時にじくりと痛む。あなた無駄に我慢しちゃってるって見つけすんだ、絶対嘘ば下手だね。私が見ていた世界、あなたが見たあなたの世界、ガラスのように脆くてだけどとても綺麗なもの、温かい気持ちがまた溢れそうでそっとうつむいた。さよなら私とあなたの世界はうまくはないけど、そぼーっと花向けの花束を送り出した。時間これはとても幸せ、怖くないおもろくない言い聞かせてたい、毎朝なんてこともちみた願いはあだにな、チクチクタクタクとふとさびときはまた刻みだ。頭に浮かんできてるダメだった私、全部そんなかったことに、そんな風に簡単に片付かないあれこれはきっとそうきっと私だけの宝物、全然変わらない偶然にまた出会って
2万1000か。
いつも通りに笑えたらいいな、そんな空想そっと空に放り投げた。私に
これ2万2000近いのか。
あなただけに見えてた世界、教えてくれなかったよね、ちょっとだけ寂しかった。ぼやけて見えない未来、そっとぬくって笑ってみた。それぞれ歩く別々の歩幅がちょっとずつ離れてく、胸に花向けの花束を抱いて。
ドットってどうなんだろうね。ドットっていうプロいねえからな。やめとこう。
星屑消えてく空ブルーとオレンジ私一人振り返った外にあなたが笑ってる気がしてさよなら私たちが笑ってた世界だけどきっと心に焼き付いて離れない感動ずっと忘れたりなんかはしないからそっと花向けの花束を贈るよ
うん。何曲探すか。へえ。追加リリース日2003 か。ね、主夢だ。久々にやるなこれ。スキン買うかな M4A は。対照的に AK は赤買うとかも。 くりした。
今だけノブになりたい。なんで歌下手やで。ええよ。脇で恋で全然ええよ。フェイクでお金借りたことないんやろ。
YouTube なら始まったな。プラスト。
ないけど。
初めてご利用の方は1年間利息なし。レイクです。
これかいお前の狙いは。
レイク。貸付条件をご確認の上、ご利用は計画的に。不利息の適用条件はウェブで。
4月で一番びっくりしたわ。マジで4月で一番びっくりした。プラスト始まったろ。やっぱり。マジでビビった。どっから声聞こえてきたんだよと思った。なんか滑るな。なんだこれ。 0.2 秒。まあ普通やな。そう。 くねえとあれだな。なんか、静かやな。あんね。足りねえし。あるな。 当たんねなんで降りんだよ。 よいしょ。
They're still putting in the same kind of
リプレイやん。
to the team. Are they still having the same roles, issues that they have had for a while? You know, how are they going to solve it? I've been maybe like criticizing Rain a little bit for the way that he's gone into more of a passive anchoring role because he needed to give up space for Elise, which in theory and on paper makes sense. But are we actually looking at a FaceTime that are capable of competing for titles? No, I don't think so. I think that we are also in a state where FaceTime need to make like a drastic change, and I think that is going to happen somewhat after the major if they go out and make another one. So
I love that call. I called it even in Melbourne. I wanted to happen before the major, but I think that's tough for FaZe right now. On to another team that was very, very, very well playing at IEM Melbourne. I think probably the biggest surprise as of late has been Falcons. You know, all of a sudden turned around the ship. Obviously, you sign Money, you sign Nico. Success is prone to come into you, but are you surprised that they're playing this well this early in the process?
I think everyone's surprised about that. You know, it's kind of funny because when they went to PGL and they looked like they played some of the worst counters they've ever played, they went 0-2 and everyone's like, they're gonna be 0-3, they're gonna be knocked out. Then all of a sudden they had like a stint of confidence. They went out, win the entire thing. The rumors of Money being signed, the whole thing about Dex not being part of it. He goes out and gets the MVP. They win this title, and now they've been in 3 finals. They've lost. They've won 1 title. It's a team that has just out of nowhere seem to have found some kind of confidence. Maybe it's because they're getting the right pieces to the puzzle that they feel like they can actually play what they want. But I mean, like when you look at this, and also the fact that Dex stepped out tremendously with also the rumors of another guy.
It is very interesting. You were there to observe it in Bucharest as well. You've been watching a lot of fun game. What's your take on them?
I'll take the opposite take. I'm actually shocked it took this long. The reason why I say it is because the heroic core that kind of made up the team, you know, Dixon, Tessus, and Dexter, when they came over, this is a team that played top 4 at Rio. They had that crazy major when they knocked Navi, who was supposed to be having their first era in CS2, out of even making the playoffs spot for themselves, and were very sharp at that tournament. So I thought they're getting Nico for nerfs. Like that's the best thing you could possibly make for nerfs if you're going to have one. And, you know, Magus was doing kind of fine towards the end of last year, so I thought it would work quicker than it did. It took a little bit of time. I think everyone was on the same page. You know, he's probably not used to having as strong a second voice as Nico is. Obviously, the coach behind him and Zonic, I'm sure there was probably some give and take on, you know, what their gameplay was going to be going forward. But now you're seeing the fruits of that labor, and it also helps when you just throw big bags of money at Money and you say, you know what, we could use one of the best players in the world. I think they've made good use of them, of course.
Speaking of big money games, we have the Blast TV fantasy teams going on as well. And I've been looking at your 2 teams, and I'm a little bit disappointed, guys. I'm not gonna lie, they're very similar. Why on earth is that? Couldn't you come up with something original?
Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. When I started making my team and I looked at all the percentages that this website actually gives me, I was like, oh, this guy's good, this guy's good. And I went on to like, should I pick Kitchens because he's also one of the I'm going to go with Brother. And I started thinking, this is actually a team that could do something damage.
Well, there you go, guys. There's more than 15,000 people who's already made a team, and you can still do it get into Blast TV. You have roughly, let's say, 13 minutes in order to get it done. However, enough with the fantasy, enough with all that. We have a lot of cool action coming your way. The schedule for the day, action-packed with an awful lot of Counter-Strike. Falcons taking on FaZe later on. You have Vitality taking on Wildcard, Mouse, and Kane. But not before that. We jump into a quick break, and once we're back, it's with the pre-show for the FlyQuest versus Spirit.
はいはいはい。
First game here at the Blast Rivals Season 1 2025. FlyQuest have arrived inside the studio in Copenhagen after a long travel all the way from Melbourne, so maybe a little bit jet lagged. However, when you look towards Team Spirit, no travel has been done for them, at least not overseas. They haven't been playing tournaments lately. We haven't seen them be up too much, and we quite frankly don't know what state they're coming into. So I'm going to open up the floor to the two of you. What kind of spirit are we seeing? Are we seeing the spirit that can win the entire tournament? Are we seeing the spirit that is still a little bit lukewarm?
I honestly think it can go both ways. Obviously, Spirit taking a break and not going to Melbourne has given them time to work on their tactics. Maybe they've tried to figure out what is not working out for them. Do we need to add something or adjust something? But obviously, it also just means that they're getting out of the competition a little bit. They've taken some breaks, some tournaments off, and taken some time to just figure out what they want. And we've also heard from the interviews that they have been chilling. That's what they're only wording. Like they've been chilling, maybe not putting in the hours that maybe people expect them when they actually decide. So I'm gonna be going a little bit towards the Spirit in the middle of the or they can get off to a really bad start where they feel like, okay, the things that we worked on actually hasn't paid off.
And what about you, Gus? What does your gut feeling say when it comes to Spirit? Is it Spirit warming up, heating up into the major? Is it Spirit maybe still as a bit of a question mark?
I think the question mark is a good way to put it because obviously they're your reigning major champions. They obviously won the opening event of the year at the Blast Bounty and they look very good doing it. And they've remained a top 4 team in every tournament that they've played in, but we have now seen many teams pass them by. Like you've seen Mouse, really climb up the rankings. You've now seen Falcons and Melbourne really jump up there as well. And so you're seeing Spirit kind of slide from the top 2 team in the world, even number 1 after the major, to now they're still in the top 5, but there are better teams out there now and they have to prove that they can keep up with them because I feel like all those teams ranked ahead of them have a better recent result. They just have more cards to play with Spirit. I think they're a little bit reliant. We all know on who these other teams out there are showing that they are a little bit more well-rounded.
We have a lot of questions, and the best way to figure out and get answers to all those questions is by speaking to the players. So we call them Donk into the game. Donk, it's been a while since we've seen you guys play. What have you been up to the past couple of weeks?
We did something special. We'll try our best on this tournament. What we've done for these couple of weeks, and I think that's it.
It's been a very hectic start to the year. So the couple of breaks you had, have you spent them on practicing or relaxing, or what have you been up to specifically?
Better balancing, like it was a little bit relaxing, a little bit like practicing, and like it was about like health, and like we were fixing our stuff, and that's it.
For you personally, having those breaks where you don't play tournaments, is that something that motivates you extra to now come in and have a good show?
I hate it. I want to play all tournaments, but like team it's about 5 person, so I cannot be like say, oh guys, let's play all tournaments, because like my guys can feel bad and me as well. So I'm fine with it, but to be honest, I hate it. But what can I do?
All about the team now coming into this tournament. Are you feeling good in the camp? Is this a tournament that you think you can win as a team?
Yeah, sure. Like, why should you come to the tournament if you won't win or cannot win?
Yep. So you heard first from Donk, and I really like his answer right there. He hates not playing Counter-Strike. He hates not being at the tournaments. You sense that as a player as well, Peter? Did you like taking breaks back in the days?
I mean, sometimes you do need to have breaks. Like, breaks as a professional Counter-Strike player is definitely necessary. Not only for the team, but also for you as a mental state. You need to just try and unwind sometimes because you are traveling a lot. Like, the schedule has been more hectic than ever. You also travel a lot. You get to your family. You're in this stressful atmosphere like constantly. So you also need to unwind and just try and come into a state where you also feel comfortable as a person. Because we are persons saying that he hates that they don't play. You know, like I mean, this is exactly the fire you want from him. You know, he hates it. He wants to go out and prove that he's still the best. He wants to go out and show that Spirit is still the best.
I like that he hates it. I hate it as well. I want to see as much Dunk as possible. He's arguably still the best player in the world. We don't really know because he hasn't played.
そろそろ試合始まるのは18時から。 試合が始まる。プロ野球かよ。プロ野球ですかよ。
And you can hear it in that answer where I hate it. It's because he wants to be out there delivering. And we're just taking a look at the numbers here for Donk. Obviously, you're going to see those bottom numbers rating. That is the top rating in the world right now. Time actually. But what I really want to point into is this. Is this opening up the right side? I know stats can be going. Stick with me here. This guy takes over a third of the opening duels of this team. He is almost at a 60% success rate. That puts him in a class himself. There's no other introduction in the world that can boast those numbers. And that's what makes Donk so special.
He is special. He is a guy that you have to respect every single time he takes the server, especially if you're in the FlyQuest camp. Now, when you look at the teams and when you look at the caliber of teams that is attending the round, you may look towards FlyQuest and you think that's gonna be rough. However, there's one player I do want to single out, there's one player I do want to highlight in regards to this head-to-head matchup that you have in front of you. Obviously, we know what Shiro is capable of, but we have seen some trending upwards from Regali. We saw in Melbourne that he can play Counter-Strike at a very high level. So if I want to try to build a case for this game to be competitive, I need to see the best Regali show up.
And that is what FlyQuest definitely, you know, this is always the case with the Australian teams. When they're playing their regional matchups, they might look really strong. They're the best team there. They go out and get really like boosted stats. But whenever they go to Europe and get out to against the real competition, that is where it gets a little bit tough, you know. And I've played against multiple Australian teams, and I've always felt a little bit bad for them.
FlyQuest ですね。
Long trip from Australia to Europe to get out knocked out 2-0 or 0-2, and then actually having to fly back, you know. And I'm afraid that
エイムボッツやってるわ。
in some sense, I don't believe that
世界共通だよな、これは。
has any business doing in this tournament right now. So I also believe that they are also going to be like mopped up floor.
You know, look, I thought that participation trophies were an American cultural thing, but somehow Denmark has allowed FlyQuest to have one here by being in this tournament. And look, I think that also gives them a chip on their shoulder too, because look, they haven't had really any international success. The best I can come up with is a tier 2 land in Atlanta last year where they did win. They were one of the lower ranked European teams to do it. They haven't been able to do it. But you brought up Regali, and I'm glad you did, because they played some really good teams in Melbourne. They had a tough schedule there. They played against Navi, they played against Rovers, they played against some good teams, and Regali put up big numbers against them. And when you compare him to Shiro, he's a way different hunter. He's more explosive, he's more aggressive, he tries to be a playmaker, and he is the star of his team. Whereas for me, Shiro, yes, he's the second best player on the squad. Technically, he's way more of a passive force. He's a backline player, and honestly, I think it limits a little bit what Spirit can do having him kind of play that way. Yes, it counterbalances Donk a little bit, which can be nice in some situations, but it's just a card you're missing in your hand, I feel like.
I think we all agree that Regali is a win condition for FlyQuest. So let's hear from the man heading into the game. Regali coming straight in after IM Melbourne, which I assume has been a long, long travel. How's the mood in the camp and the FlyQuest team?
Really good. Good vibe. We are satisfied in a way that we showed a good fight. So I hope we can do it once again.
Speaking of a good fight, you personally played a fantastic tournament. I was praising you throughout the entire thing. Are you finally coming to come alive here in FlyQuest?
Yeah, you know, when it's a good mood and good teammates, obviously I can perform. It's not a show for me. I knew it all the time, but now I need to keep being consistent.
You need to be consistent. I think as a team as well, you probably want the players to not go so far in this tournament. Are you coming in with no expectations, or do you think you can make a splash here?
Yeah, first game is a bit tough, but we are good at resetting. We saw that before in Melbourne with first game vitality, and then we played good. Yeah, I just hope we can win a game at least.
Speaking of Melbourne, long travel, jet lag, how are you feeling right now? Are you tired, or are you ready to fight here in the morning?
Jet lag, but I'm happy and excited to play this. It's a privilege.
There we go. We got to figure out what map we're playing. Anything you guys are expecting from this matchup? I guess it's going to be tough regardless where they're going to go.
I think it's going to be difficult for FlyQuest. I mean, their stats on every map is just not looking that great. So just getting into the system and like, what are we comfortable with Spirit? You know, is there a case where they actually want to try and go for the Anubis one? I know that like, obviously Anubis is a map that I talk about a lot. That is a possibility for like another proposal. And you know, it's going to be like interesting to see what.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because we know Spirit's going to ban Inferno. That's been the Inferno ban forever. But FlyQuest kind of juggles. Like, they used to ban Mirage, but now they're banning Train. And you don't want to play Spirit on either one, but you only get one you get to take away. So I'm curious to see which one's going to be. But it's also a situation where, like, look, you're up against a team that is one of the best in the world in Dust 2, probably just behind Vitality at number 2, and they're also a fantastic nuke team. So there's a lot of dangerous maps out there that's going to be a tough one for FlyQuest.
Mirage, nuke in the pool, you know, regardless of what the outcome is going to be, I want to put this question to you, put you both in the spot. do we even need a third map in this series?
まだ始まってねえ
No, I
の
don't
か。
think so. I mean, I think the interview with Regalia simply showed that they simply lack confidence in this going. Like, if they just win a game here, that will be great for them. They come straight from Melbourne, obviously, so they also jet lagged. Spirit is not. So I think it's gonna be. There's a lot of things going against the Vikings this one.
Should it be needed? We have Dust 2 as a third deciding map. Dust, quickly before we get into the game, what does your gut feeling say? Is this gonna be Spirit running all over FlyQuest, or do you think we get, at the very least, a competitive map?
I don't think it's gonna be competitive. I'm just hoping that we didn't talk about that. I'm hoping he can at least step out. He is like kind of their new hope to have a rifling star. Only has played a few maps. Melbourne's his only real big plan. I kind of want to see what he can do here with another opportunity.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to kick it off. It's been quite some time as of late since we've seen these two fellas headed together. Anderson DDK is ready to take you through the first game here at the Blast Rival Season 1 2025.
Thank you so much to the desk. It has been a minute, Dan. I didn't do the attack map. I don't know how if you know, but yeah, probably something like 10 years or something. I think
Something like that. Yeah, yeah. I like how you posted a picture of us from like 2012. It's kind of interesting that we look the same.
I know we haven't aged a bit.
I know.
I bet younger people feel differently. Like you can't tell yourself if you know what I mean. But here we go. I'm excited. I'm happy that you're here, Dan, because we're getting into the game. It's going to be Spirit versus FlyQuest, the best of three to start the whole rivals with. I mean, obviously the desk said it. There's no way. Unfortunately, we can't really lie too much about it. This is truly an impossible task for FlyQuest. Is there even anything that we can sum it up to believe differently?
Yeah, I mean, it is a very tough sell for FlyQuest, actually against a team of the caliber of Spirit. I think, we saw in the pre-game there, we saw a discussion around Regali. Obviously, he is a player that is someone we're going to be looking to for a big performance, just as we saw in IEM Melbourne as well. That 2-0 victory over VP, which was definitely a really great result from FlyQuest. I think they're definitely a team on the up, but again, it's like, you're looking at that, but they're against Team Spirit. So it's like, oh god, this is going to be a tough one, but we're going to kick things off here on Mirage, Anders. So I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for Raleigh at the very least on a map like this.
I hope so. I'm glad he was doing really well in Australia, because I know before then he was struggling a little bit, and he's got such promise. He's definitely one of these players that's worth looking out for. It's going to be FlyQuest starting on the team side, and Team Spirit on the CC side, and already Donk in the middle with 3 other players. So they've got really just Magix, who's holding over at the B-bomb side. Everybody else dynamic in the middle, ready to swift pop around if they need to, which is probably nice for Spirit. They can just react to whatever FlyQuest they're going to be throwing at them. It does seem like there's one flash that's going to be thrown. It's pretty, well, it's not really a flash, it's a smoke that's there. Molotov as well into the window, but it's already Shiro and everybody else, they're out in front of all that utility. So they're ready to battle this and actually pushing FlyQuest quite far back. They will have taken the bomb side at the same time, so if they get the bomb plant, and they can, ooh, no way. Shiro, he actually rushes in. That's such a mad play. Bomb still goes down, but he finds a way to get in there right on top. Vexside's gonna fall next, and it's just INS and Regali at the end. 1 versus 4 here, and
ランプ2で中プラントはきついね。
At the very least, though, yeah, that bomb goes down for that extra money, which will give some force buy.
てか、ニコマル2個買ったんだ。
On the following round, and at the very least, I like the reaction. You're going to lose that fight in mid. I mean, Spirit are basically shoving all in mid, like you said. They get that super fast rotation time. They get the info. They have a cool setup here. Everyone's covering each other, and they get ahead of the play. I like the reaction time from FlyQuest. They recognize that, hey, if there's so many players in mid, well, we can
フライクエストはオーストラリア3人ぐらいいなかったっけ？
I think that's super important, right? Like, and that's probably a good sign if you
3
think about
人、4
like
人。
the leadership on FlyQuest side. They do really react instantly to the fact that they're getting pushed, and I don't think they had a lot of other choices. So I appreciate that, no question. The second round here, and like you pointed out, the bomb being planted means they're gonna buy, and that's gonna happen. I mean, even in rounds where people don't plant the bomb now, people buy on the second round just because it's MR12. Everyone feels like they got to get into the game as early as possible. But yeah, second round buy, no surprise. 3 Galils.
まあ注目はドンクっすよね。
2 people without hand armor on the Spirit side. I kind of don't like that. I think actually this is an unnecessary risk on Chopper and Shiro. It does mean even the Tech 9 of the Deagle is going to be insanely lethal if you run into it.
And we have, once again, that presence in mid from Spirit. So they get that early information. And I like how in your face Spirit has been playing so far. We're just 2 rounds in. We'll see if that trend continues. And I like also that FlyQuest are playing fairly passively to begin with. Of course, as you noted, they've got a lot of nades on deck. They've got 3 smokes. There goes 1 deployed for that mid window for the middle take. Spirit kind of respecting it, falling into more passive positions across the map. They still don't know what FlyQuest are going to be doing in terms of where they will end. And I think for FlyQuest, they're also still figuring it out to see what they can get information-wise.
Yeah, no, the other side of the utility, there's not that much on Spirit, which means they can't even flash their way into the middle of the fight. Now, they'll win the first one. Magic's coming in. It's 2 massive kills to begin with. Sontix, I think him getting that one's probably going to secure
倒しきれない。
Nicely done.
倒しきれない。
One player left here in Netic. He's going to get the 1 kill. Actually, 1 more would make a big difference, and he's so close. It's so close to him hitting that headshot. If he had, he would have, if nothing else, limited the economy of Spirit a little bit.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work out that way. Honestly, though, the setup for FlyQuest was super sick. Like, they had the smokes down. They wanted to go for that catwalk attack. If they convert Magic on this first kill, I think at a minimum they get the bomb plant.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a great spot to play from. It plays such a spoiler to those fast moves because, you know, you're able to use that cover, you can kind of peek slightly, and then you don't even have to re-peek. And they're going to pause, and that gives your team a lot of time, Spirit, a lot of time to rotate in to help defend. So really well played there, and a fast move. Oh, what a shot coming in there from in straight onto Chopper's head. Another one
What?
as well onto Shiro, and suddenly, Anders, we have serious damage. That A site, Spirit have to respect that, pulling Donk over, and in the meantime, bomb towards B.
Yeah, just 1 player here, and you know what? They do have a couple of more Deagles. If they can find Magix, he's doing a fantastic job at taking care of things. But the bomb, see if they can make their way across. Grenade, I don't think it's quite going to kill him yet. It's a little bit too deep. Another one, that is close. Vexite, he lived long enough for the bomb plant. What a round, Dan, though. 3 kills so far. Oh, another one on Netic. Can he get the last headshot? Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, she.
He had a chance. If he had just 1 more Deagle bullet, it might have been happening. Spirit, they're laughing, but that's a real wake-up call early on. I mean, FlyQuest, they shoot hard.
Yeah, this is definitely pretty scary, and this is just kind of like lurking in with the D, getting 2 entries. That is dangerous stuff, and I think, like you said in the previous round, Spirit, they kept that threshold where you lose only 2 players as opposed to 3, so your economy as a CT is still kind of it's maintenance at that point, as opposed to that extra kill where they would lose economy. So they're kind of okay to kind of weather that, but they don't want that to happen too many more times here right now. We can see that all the money spent by Spirit as we go into our first full buy for both sides. Shiro with the AWP.
Deep incendiary up there. Could force somebody out, and they do have some flashes to go and check it, but absolutely nobody is here from FlyQuest, so just for the minute, the game is slowed down. Just a more of an opening default coming out here on the T side to see if Spirit are in the mood. I mean, they were in the pistol round, pretty impressive, so I think if you're FlyQuest, you've got to be careful. Now Donk here. It's interesting, though. I mean, if they get the right flash in the middle and go for a bit of a fight, they could kill Donk.
We'll see how far slowly edging them forward. Donk is ready for that one. Is there to be a trade? Absolutely, yes. In there, trade onto Donk. 44. A minute to play with. And FlyQuest have a lot of space to work with. They're acted in the apartments at the moment, so decide to just move straight in towards B. Spirit. They're going to be asking questions. He's going to get that information. Beautiful pick up onto Vexite.
One of the few players who don't want to run into this kind of position. One of the best defensive rollers we've really ever seen. He's so good at this CT side opening, and you can see why. There's no risk taken. He's never out of position, and he's also lightning fast. That is disgusting. Shiro taking down 4 players as they try to get on the side himself. I mean, it's not to try and hype them up too much, FlyQuest, but the fact is, again, the control is pretty good. Get into the middle, you take down Donk, like a one-on-one conversion against Donk, you're really happy with that. Like, that doesn't happen so much. So if you just trade him 1 for 1, that's sick, and then you want to go for the bomb site here. Unfortunately, you run into Shiro.
Yeah, it is. I could imagine that. Shiro, really such a good performance there. And now we're moving towards the A side, so this, like, this threat, I don't know what the AWP is. It changes how you want to peek angles, how you position around the map, so always very important to figure out as a T side how you're going to deal with that. And a forward smoke here in the apartments, and I mean FlyQuest will be stalled for the moment.
I like this. I think this could be sick though. Flash through, Magic.
そうやって FB を受けんの
He just turns back. He doesn't even turn around for the flashbang. He just uses the wall to cover himself, and he's back for the kill. kill here, slowing them down just a little bit. But I still think for FlyQuest, it's not a bad position to be in. Chopper gonna get the one kill. Lias trying to return. Chopper is so switched on right now. Spirit are taking no time here to get the kills. 2 versus 2 once again, and Suntix not waiting around, jumping on it. Regali's going to be going down. It's down to another 1 versus 1 here. They're getting so close, FlyQuest, to picking up the rounds, but you can only be happy about that for so long. At some point, you actually have to do it.
Yes, for sure. They're just unable to convert some of these advantages, and we're already seeing, some of that skill diff potentially, I suppose, with regards to that. They managed to hit the site which didn't have the AWP, but again, kind of by design, the way that the setup is with the AWP is a bit more passive. You don't have to have as many players on that site, and so right now, Spirit are essentially having like really great success with the setups that they're using, and we'll see if FlyQuest can make some form of an adjustment. A similar start to this round in terms of what Spirit have been doing, keeping like close tabs on that cat position. And FlyQuest once again opening with, they're walking through the underground to see what they can find here. Spirit more of a stack towards the A site this time, playing more of a retake position on the B site. No one in apartments on B.
Yeah, it's interesting pointed out. What a weird setup. I think it's very unusual that you get to see this much of a relaxed defense over at B. I don't know if they could even have any information right now. It might just be an out of spawn sort of thing. Like we do this every once in a while, and then we just trust in the fact that Suntix and Shiro can hold it over on the other side. But it actually feels like it's a really good call at the moment. Smoke going into the middle just to try and slow him down. Donk on the other side. And unfortunately, Netic straight to the face. Ends up going down. Ins is going to be dropped next. Donk on a bit of a mission. He's been a bit quiet to begin with. Will get shut down by Regali on the other side, but they're
そこにいるんだね、マギスクが。
3 versus 4 here, not easy to get in 35 seconds as well.
Yeah, at the moment it's not a good situation. Nice pick up there from Vexites around Palace. We'll see if there's any work to be done here. 25 seconds left on the clock, so they are against the time here. Lias with another pickup, but again, they are stuck in the mud at the moment. Things are very slow, but still, they've managed to make their way to the site. A 2v2 after plant seems to be on the cards here. A couple AKs against Shiro and Zontix. Shiro on that AWP still, coming in from jungle. Oh, what a fight.
What the fuck? どういうこっちゃ。
Yeah, but it's still so impressive.
何が見えとるんじゃ。
I think on the upside for FlyQuest, it is really easy to explain to the rest of the team right now, if you're in a leadership position on FlyQuest, why we should be feeling good. Because there still is no money at all on Spirit. You actually know that winning 1 round here for FlyQuest, the next one if they pick it up, then they're in a great position. They're going to be right back in the game, or at least they're in a position to get 2 rounds almost immediately, and maybe even a third, depending on how.
けどな、取れないね、ラウンド。
They must know that they are so close to cracking into the game. They just keep, and some of the shots here
苦しいな。
absurd. I mean, the spray as he's backing off the stairs, just in last couple of bullets on the M4, and then obviously the wallbang shot through the box. Both of them crazy kills coming out. Spirit, I mean, obviously they're not lacking in firepower either, but honestly, FlyQuest, if you look at the scoreboard, you get a sense that, well, FlyQuest must have won some rounds, right? They're getting some kills here, but
yeah. And you can see what they were trying to do there. They understand Spirit being fairly aggressive in mid, and they finally get the AWP in the hands of Regali, and so he's such a win condition for the team.
まあいいとこまで行ってるっちゃ言ってるけど。
with that AWP early on, and similarly again, we get that early presence coming in around mid, around Cat especially. You got Zontix there still, and more presence from FlyQuest early in apartments. And Shiro, he is going to be on that A side playing that Palace position, so we'll have to see how this works out. This is a fairly casual setup from Spirit, and a slower pace from FlyQuest now in mid.
And unfortunately for FlyQuest, there's a lot of utility missing, which is annoying because some of that utility, sometimes you will want to use that to figure out even where the AWP is. If you have, 2 extra flashbangs on everybody, then you can try and flash away and see if you can bait the AWP into a shot, and at least you know. Whereas right now, it's one big mystery. Shiro could be anywhere on the map, and you don't want to find out the hard way either.
Yeah.
So they are at a bit of a deficit right now. Smoke early on towards the top of connector. Donk is thinking about blowing that one open.
What's interesting here, Anders, as well as that connector smoke kind of suggests that FlyQuest are looking to lean B.
Wow.
In reality, they're going to go for an A play, but that is indeed where Shiro is playing that ticket position. So we'll have to see how Spirit respond to this. I like how they're keeping their nerve and still holding.
Look at the push in here on the other side. Liaz making his way into B. The problem is, can they even fall back at this point? 30 seconds. If they wanted to run back right now, they would have to be lightning fast. So they're probably going to turn him into a lurk instead, but that assumes that they can get the A-bomb side. If they can't, then that lurk won't mean anything whatsoever. And now they've found out, and it is the hard way, unfortunately. Shiro gets the opening. No smoke put up towards CT spawn either, which is a bit of an oversight, perhaps. Donk's going to be traded out. Netic, strong position in the round, and Lias, the flank doesn't work out. He actually got there in time, and they got the bomb planted, but somehow Magix was ready. He's played an insane game so far, Magix. He looks so tuned into the game at the moment. Regali going to fall back off the box. And for once, FlyQuest, I mean, they've been in so many 2v2s. They've got to win this one. Shiro not taking the shot, but Regali will put him in the grave early on here. Magix, 1 versus 2. He's got a flashbang and not much else to deal with. It's Regali.
まずは1本ね。
kills as FlyQuest finally break through and destroy the economy of Spirit.
Yeah, what a great round from FlyQuest. And I was so worried for them. You know, you could see what they were doing again, really trying to suggest that B play, and Spirit did not bite. And it's so hard to imagine the Spirit had the right read there because they really didn't have the info. You would think that they would need to make that read, but they nailed it. But still, we saw that FlyQuest actually brute forced their way into the site. And that is, I think, a great sign that they're, despite that they're 6-1 down at this point, that they're still able to connect their shots, they're still able to be confident.
Double HE, I love everything about it. You knew there was a chance that he would be there, and you guessed absolutely correctly. How sick is that? Shiro blown up. They already didn't have a lot to work with here. Spirit, in fact, forced into it. FlyQuest, they could be right up to 6-3 again. This is such a huge opportunity. And everything they built so far in the first half, it could be replicated across multiple. Like, we're not talking about rounds that they're building based off huge gimmicks. This was a gimmick, but it's really the first one that we've seen. Otherwise, they're just playing really solid fundamental Counter-Strike, and it kind of is working, to be honest. Suntix goes down here. Donk inside of the bomb site. They've managed to hit the one site that he's at.
強。
Third one. He had 5 bullets left for that last fight, by the way. And suddenly, they might be back on top. A long flank coming in from Magix as well.
いや、すげえ。無駄がねえよな。エースあるぞ。強くね。一人で止めるんかい。
That was the inflection point, I feel like, for FlyQuest. They've been working so hard, so many close rounds, eroding the economy. They finally pick up a round, force a half buy, and then they can't convert thanks to Doc, of course. Yeah, Spirit are definitely happy right now. This is going well.
I mean, it's such a ridiculous luxury. It's such BS, isn't it? You know, if you're FlyQuest, you got to be thinking, come on, like why? We've done everything we needed to do. But unfortunately, as they themselves don't have Donk, it's like, how do you break him down? How do you stop that from happening? It's absurd. It's not the first time. It's no news, obviously. Everyone that's been watching Spirit play, we all know that this is likely to happen, and it's very hard to stop it from happening. But disappointing nonetheless. Donk, his 13th kill right there. Obviously 4 in the previous round. Could have been the ace if not for the flank on Magix. And now it's 3 versus 5. And unfortunately, even worse, potentially, is the fact that Spirit might get out of this round with quite a few people alive. Unless they risk too much, Shiro is actually just fighting through. There's also an auto shotgun on Magix. Insane aura. Like, he's doing it all. Like, in interviews, I must say, the earlier way that he dodged the grenade over at B, the flashbang, instead of turning around, like, that is the most nonchalant way of saying, I just don't care about your utility. I'm not interested, you know? I'm just going to take like 1 step to the side and then I'll come back and kill you. It was something cooler. He is a cool person, you know?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, yeah, these performances, I think, you know, to be expected. There's always a sense that when you're against a team that you feel like you have heavy advantages over, that you may not be putting your foot fully on the gas, but I don't think Donk has any other mode than foot fully on the gas. So,
I mean, he said it in the pregame interview with Jacob, right? He said he's annoyed that there is even a break.
Oh yeah, honestly, I totally get it. And like, you know, he's a young player, you know, as hungry as Donk is. And Spirit, I mean, probably feel like they got a lot to prove this year based on the previous year performance.
That is true.
And there's a lot for them to do. Building it, they're building into the major as well with this tournament. So
yeah,
this is actually a super impactful tournament for them to come out feeling like they did a really good job at, or hopefully for them win. So we'll see how it progresses. But for now, we actually get a 4v4, a minute left on the clock at the moment for FlyQuest.
Big opportunity right now for that auto shotgun. If they come out of the B hallways, they jump out of the window while he's underneath, that is the kind of position that the auto shotgun actually thrives in. Otherwise, it could be a bit of a hit or miss kind of situation. Shiro certainly not missing. Regali trying to sneak in there and create a bit of an opening, and now the rest of them crouching their way through B to try and get onto the site. Already kind of revealing the fact that they're there. Nice peek. Liaz winning the fight against Donk, and Magix is a little bit too far away now. That's unfortunate. Obviously, at this range, the auto shotgun, not really the weapon that you want to be using. Sneaking in, it's a really nice idea, but unfortunately, the timing betrays him. Now Shiro climbing back into the round. Surely just go for the bomb. Okay. It's only 7 damage, even though it sounds incredibly brutal. So Shiro's just going to pretend like nothing happened. Better be careful, though, because the AWP will do a lot more if you try and shoot through. And then it's Liaz by the bench.
Yeah, and there's not really any utility here for the post plant to lock Spirit out here, so they should be able to make their way out of these choke points and trade into the site. Liaz takes down Chopper. Oh my god, this round from Liaz so far. Sharp shooter. And now, are they able to finish the job? Shiro, I mean, how is he going to get through this choke point with the AWP? Maybe he's just looking for damage at this point. That bomb is so far ticked, and I mean, there's some extra damage. That's going to convince Shiro to go for it, but finishes it off there for FlyQuest. Excellent stuff in the post plant, and regardless of everything, and regardless of the fact that FlyQuest are playing in Spiritlanders, we are seeing certainly the individuals stepping up in terms of that mechanical skill. It is there for FlyQuest.
There's no question about it. How sick is that? Liaz dropping Donk towards the market. That's a long-range fight, and you could see, like, he's out in the open, Donk, right? He's not afraid of anything. He's just standing there saying, well, if you want to come fight me, you can. So, says something about his level of confidence, but this time he was bested. And then Liaz went on to get a couple of more kills. They even take away the AWP towards the end there. The Spirit, they revive back into this round with maybe not the best weaponry here. So again, the economy could be a real factor right now. Even if it's obviously a ridiculous scoreline at 8-2 to start this with. But there really is a way back here for FlyQuest. There's a way to recover it. If they get 8-4 and win the pistol in the second half, it's not completely over.
Yeah, and I'm curious about what the switch-up might be, because this is a good moment for both teams to try to switch up the pace, try to switch up the opening. We'll still get that emphasis on the mid controls, just at least at the beginning. Both teams, I think, applying at this point a lot of respect in mid, not trying to overextend or really take big risks there. But here is the risk. Shiro now walking, and he hasn't done this in a while here. That presence, that deep presence on the B apartments with the AWP in hand. Now this is so scary because surely someone just walks into this angle unless they have the cognizance to expect that Shiro might be posted here. Is there a flash or anything to get him off this angle?
I'm also worried about all the scope.
ズーム音聞かれてると思うけどな。
If they hear that on the other side, I mean, the surprise is going to be gone, but we'll see. I guess if they flow some utility, we're going to know that they probably have a pretty good read on it. Here's another fact. He's the only one at B. There's not even anyone on catwalk or market or anything. So if they manage to hit the bomb side right now, it would be exciting. We know that they're not because the bomb is dropped really far back and they want to make it more of a split through the middle. They've smoked it off window and connector, and now they're trying to get a little bit closer, but somebody has to run back and pick up the bomb. Guys, who is doing that? It's Regali. Okay, so this is taking a lot of time, which I'm not sure is going to be for the best either.
Yeah. You can see Shiro starting to ask questions because it's taking so long. Are they actually rotating off? Now falling back ever so slightly, but you're totally right. Just alone on an island here, and Donk's going to take down In, so threatening that A-bomb site to get Shiro off position, but Shiro is indomitable in the apartments. Only just one player left. Liaz, great performance in the previous rounds, but again against Shiro, and that's a beautiful hold from Spirit, and FlyQuest maybe cooking a little bit too hard in that round. Once again, win one, lose one.
Yeah, I think that is definitely the kind of round that I think the desk will also be able to look back on and sort of, you can sort of see that there's some communication breakdown, there's some timing. They didn't get what they wanted in middle. Maybe they wanted more of a fight. They wanted to, you know, put someone out of position. Obviously, they were hoping to convert at least one kill on the A-bomb side because that might have forced a rotation from B. But again, Shiro is the only one there. So there's no reason for him to rotate. He doesn't have to be in a hurry at all. I mean, also, just looking at the numbers alone, it's 17 and 5 on Shiro, it's 17 and 7 on Donk. I don't know what you're supposed to do at this point. Unfortunately, it takes a special team to overcome those two players right now.
Well, pace switch up straight into an A site hit. Obviously, some of the weapons, couple Tech 9s on board here for FlyQuest. Minimal grenades, trying to use the brute force approach, but Shiro has found his way into position on A, and we get Spirit swarming in. They have all the util in the well to play retake, but they're actually maybe overstepping a bit here. Instead of relying on that utilanders, we get a few kills where they try to push the smokes, and that gives a 3v3 after plant.
ここは取りたいね。ドンクいねえから。
I think this is Spirit saying we're just in such a great mood right now. Let's just try and fight a little bit too much. And FlyQuest trying to take full advantage. Even in spite of the team kill in this round for FlyQuest, they're still in a pretty good position. Flash is going in, try to slow it down. That's a great jump up. Catches Shiro just as Shiro's retreating. Magic's very low on health, but then again, Netic is finding himself on his own here. And they're going to try and see if they get the straight headshot against him. They can't really take a long fight. Smoke goes up and somehow they...
Yeah, もったいね。
With the Tech 9, they've got the kit as well. Look at how low they are in health towards the end, and still somehow it is the round for Team Spirit. 10-2 at the end of the half. The second half here is going to be insanely hard for FlyQuest to get back into.
Sinister little grin from Magix.
Yeah. まあこの試合終わったら一旦休憩入ります。
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Second half is coming up. It's FlyQuest versus Spirit, the opening match here at Blast Rivals. And I think somewhat predictably, Spirit are winning the game by quite a big margin. I think what's sad is that if you look at the scoreline here, it completely betrays how well FlyQuest actually played in the first half. In terms of the tactics and the understanding and everything, they created a ton of scenarios for themselves, a ton of 2v2s. They just won so few of them because Shiro and Donk are too good at Counter-Strike.
白ドン君がやべえ。
We've got more of a retake set up here for FlyQuest on the A site and might waterfall down to Palace a little bit for Spirit. And so I like this for FlyQuest. You know, they might give up a bomb plant. It's likely we'll see a post where they are going to try to go for the retake. They don't have too much util, which is usually where the retakes feel really nice for the CT. So they're going to have to hit their shots against Spirit here, Anders.
Interesting using the Molotov up on the high ground there. Netic, first kill of the second half, and he takes down Chopper, but it is with a bomb plant to follow. No more utility on anybody except for the smoke and the kit that's on the other side. And a flashbang for FlyQuest. Whenever there's a smoke and a kit, I always think there's a chance to win the round, really, no matter what.
強。
They need to get in a position to use it. Already trying to run it down. Shiro and Donkey. It's nothing but headshots with the Glocks. They are chewing up the FlyQuest team on approach. And unfortunately, apart from Chopper going down, hardly anyone else even took any damage on the Spirit side. So, sad news for FlyQuest. Otherwise, again, they were in position. I think if they can get like 2 seconds of breathing room in that retake, they can throw the smoke onto the bomb and they can go for the defuse no matter what.
どんなエムしてんねんこいつら。
Try to get that done already right off the bat, but they needed a kill or two, I guess.
Yeah, on pistols it.
白21キル。えぐ。白確かブラックバーだよな。白とチョッパーがブラックバーか。
But Spirit, you know, on a round like this, you usually just want to get the bomb down as soon as you can and then force the other team to retake with crappy guns. That's usually very hard for the CTs if that, you know, once that situation happens. So see how Spirit engineers that. But to begin with, they have, I think, isolated away any shenanigans that FlyQuest might be doing, and they've got some information as to the buy already.
Yeah, no question. They've heard some of those scouts ringing out, and they've got so much utility on the T side. They're quite happy to fall back and redeploy a little bit, try and see if they can put some more pressure on. And they still have a minute on the clock, so 2 smokes left, a couple of Molotovs. They can definitely still make this work. We'll see how far. I mean, I guess for FlyQuest, I mean, they haven't given them any fights early on, so the lower the clock goes here, the more weight there's going to be on that first kill when it happens. And if that goes the way of FlyQuest, then actually the lack of time here could be a real concern for Spirit. 40 seconds now. They're a team that's really good at doing this towards the end, so I don't think they're stressed about it. But again, that first kill will have a huge impact.
And Spirit are going into the stack here. FlyQuest stacking this B site. They're just holding position. They're hoping, praying that this is the case. The nade is a great connection, but the follow-up is not there from Vexite. There are some more players on site here into the stack. We are seeing Spirit go, but so far it's going kind of okay. 2 players now against the 4 here. Netting right at the back of the site, unable to get it done. And it's just a scout. 10 seconds to play with though. Got to go and get that bomb. So there might actually be a chance here if Inns can connect the shot to survive, but that's not going to be the case here, Anders. Shiro shuts it down.
ADR どうなってんだよ。ADR と KD レートどうなってんだよ。
Again, like you said, if he'd landed the shot there, maybe he could have escaped. There was a flank coming in from the other side, but he might have been able to run. What a weird way to end the round. I don't think almost always you're going to see the T side try to pick up that bomb, but FlyQuest, you set it up for us though, Dan. They had the stack at the B bomb site. The fact that the whole initiation on Catwalk was a grenade landing on Spirit, I thought Vexite had that deagle shot 100%. And if he had, look at the time at the end. I think that would have been it. That would have been enough.
It was too juicy.
マジで ADR どうなってん
Things
の
have been so juicy in this game for FlyQuest. They're just not quite panned out in the end. But now they're playing against map point.
We've only
141やば
14 rounds of Counter-Strike. This is the 15th. Shiro's got 24 kills and Donka's got 21. There really are no more kills left for the rest of Spirit. It's not that they're playing badly. We've got 2 people that are too greedy on that front.
Yeah, I mean, FlyQuest, they got a couple MP9s on board. FAMAS, Scout, Deagle. Again, always some danger points here, but once again, Spirit are trying to be somewhat cautious. I do like in the last round that the Spirit just kind of hit the side. There was no hesitation, even though they were going into a stack. That is the way to do it. And there you go. Speaking of no hesitation, it's no hesitation man himself, Doc.
He just doesn't care. He's
破壊するな
He wanted to get
こいつら
He's going to get 2 kills to open this one with Chopper using that Mac 10 at range, bursting away. Donk finally put down another kill to the tally, but he's got 23. And Regali, unfortunately, there's no world in which this can happen. It's a sickening no-scope headshot at the end.
圧勝
Perfect. A little bit of showmanship. I can appreciate that, but it's Spirit picking up the opening map here in the first series. 13-2. Dominant fashion.
blink and you miss it. That game was over before we could
圧
even
勝
get our catering. Holy moly.
ってことで一旦休憩入ります。お疲れ様です。
But for them not to put up
俺
a
も
fight
疲れた。
whatsoever against Spirit, was that what we